right.
Let's go.
And we are live and invisible. Look at that.
Oh,
That's incredible.
That's
how we
like
it. Exactly how we like it.
Don't look at me.
That will be fixed at some point.
Oh god.
It is for the cameras
Anyway.
to be bright when they're on.
Welcome to episode 23.
Fix the cameras before you start
Listen,
talking to us.
I'm going to talk and fix
We
them.
can't go live.
Yes,
man,
we
like,
can.
have the cameras on.
It's fine.
What's going on here?
I don't know why I did this.
Fine for you, man.
It's always worked before.
Been gone for a week and now you don't know what you're doing anymore.
Exactly. It's not my
Fewer
fault.
vacations for you.
Yeah, no vacations ever.
For real.
All right.
Almost.
We're getting there.
Yeah, now I see your Discord. Yeah. What did you do,
There
man?
we go.
I'm breaking everything. This was my plan all along.
This is a disaster.
I gotta go one at a time to fix these too. Come on.
Quick question.
Everyone's
Does anybody
popping
else
in.
hear music on Roll20 right now?
Yes.
Yeah.
Shit.
Yes.
I don't.
Check your speaker because
You
I
might
had to
just
do
have
that
to-
on mine.
Yep.
Where I have headphones in, and so I had to go to my master speaker to switch over to what it actually is. And so it'll go
Yeah.
to like my Yeti as a speaker, but then I switched it over to my headphones and I got music now.
Yeah. I have it set to
make sure-
my headphones through the mic. I don't know why it's not working.
Roll20.
Do you have, like-
last time I
through the
played was automatically
You-
shifting my actual computer desktop speaker to something weird last time I played. So
We
Yeah, I have
love
to make sure mine is on
Roll20.
hands-free mode instead of stereo mode for some reason.
I'm also not hearing music, but we'll figure that out too. So, back to what we were saying. Welcome to the stream. Now that you can see me, I can do all these fun hand gestures. Exactly. We're gonna dance for you. So a couple announcements up front. We still have our giveaway going on. At 100 followers, we're going to be giving away a 5th edition player's handbook. Help you get into D&D along with us. Play, check the rules as we go, correct us where we're wrong, yell at Evan. Or a roll and play guide, your choice. Written and designed by Sam Bartlett. It's a GM's dream, Dungeon Master's dream. Roll tables, anything you need to run the game. We'll also check out our social medias in Discord. Come chat with us in Discord. We got that going on. And we also are almost caught up on the podcast, I believe. Right, Joel?
We are very
Yeah,
close.
we have let's see, episodes coming out tomorrow on Friday, another one coming out on Tuesday, and by the time this one is then set, that'll be set to Friday, and we'll basically be all caught up. So we should then be essentially a week. The podcast will be a week after the live stream.
Yeah, so for all you podcast listeners, you're almost there. Hang on. We're coming for you. And then you'll be a week behind. But that's okay. In other news, we got a couple new followers, I believe.
Yes. We have Clairvoyant. Thanks for joining.
Hey.
Jabberman 32. I'm guessing. And
Thanks,
then
Jake.
thank you so much for making me say this. Korean Kumiho Mami. Thanks for hanging out.
This is why
My
I
favorite
hand the
name so
followers
far.
off to Mac. Anyway.
I'm all too happy to say this weird shit.
Yeah, but those 3 followers put us up to 85. So if you're looking to get on that giveaway I mentioned earlier, we only got 15 slots left. We're going to give away that book to a random one of our 100 followers. So make sure you get in on it. Don't miss it. We're going to be doing more giveaways in the future, but as for now, if you want that book, good time to follow. And with that, I think we're all set, ready to get into the game, as long as everyone's ready.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Everybody, welcome back.
I don't know if I'm ready, to be honest.
You'll be just fine, brother. You'll just be
You
just
should have
fine.
the most time to prepare yourself. You
Yeah.
probably should have been the one to prepare yourself, but it's okay.
No.
I like to see it. That's what I like to hear. Well, we continued our adventure as you all sat around this large lagoon in Oasis in the center of the Great Rift in search of the Black Gate. It feels like a long, long time ago that you set out the small logging town of Elbador in search of this gate. Try to put a stop. Whatever menacing things may be happening deep beneath the earth. Some conversations were had as Calder had emerged from the lagoon itself. Some of you decided to try to take dips yourself into the lagoon to see if anything special would happen to you, without avail, only to find a Mizo on top of the rock on which this massive tree entity awakened and began to walk into the lagoon and northward the very same day. As all of you kind of stood in awe, not too sure what the hell this thing was. You decided that it is probably best to continue towards the orc encampment, that Mizo was going to guide you to. Interesting little creature this Mizo was, as some of you eventually found out with some one-on-one conversations. Maybe giving some hints that he is older than he had previously kind of hinted at. Much older. Some theft happened between some party members. But all in all, rather normal day of sleep for the majority of you. Trying to rest as best as you could after a long night of pushing through this odd forest of fir trees and pine, sort of emerging from cracked desert-like earth. You decided to follow your little guide, Mizo, the kobold, seemingly alone out in this massive rift, through the forest. That odd darkness still kind of hanging in the air over all of you, suppressing any light that you guys try to produce for yourselves. Pressing on through the forest, you headed in a more eastward direction, and eventually came to what looked like a massive, almost like a dried up river. You stood above it on a massive cliff. Mizo in the front of all of you, looking kind of stunned or worried in a way to be back in this place. That this ravine kind of resembled, some of you eventually figured out, looked like an odd sewer system or a large body of water had once run through here. You began to question Mizo and about his time previous here. He seemed a lot more scared or nervous to be back. And also once again gave some hints that indeed he was older than previously suspected. How that's possible, you guys aren't sure. But the lifespan of a kobold should not be hundreds of years. It definitely should have not been, this little creature should not have been alive to the previous spell plague, like he had mentioned he had been, about a few hundred years in the past. So maybe he is telling the truth that he was locked behind the golden gates that you now saw in front of you for years at a time. You're not too sure. But in the distance, as your eyes continued through this ravine, you saw massive golden dwarven statues lined alongside them, massive pillars kind of built into the side of the Great Rift here. You can see them from the distance that these things are pretty tall. No signs of life at this point. Deciding if this was a good time to turn back or a time to continue on, that little hint of nervousness kind of washed over some of you once again. I will say this. Some of you did notice a pesky little hawk flying above all of you, still keeping an eye for whatever reason, and whoever this hawk is or belongs to, you're not too sure. But it seems to be keeping track of your party as you move through the Great Rift here. With a deep breath, not too sure about what is going to be ahead of you, you descended into this dried up water system and began to walk for a few miles as the sun stood bright in front of you, as its rays shot directly down into the path that you now walked. As you got to the bottom, some of you noticed that it almost looked, the cliff that you were standing on, it kind of resembled that large piece of earth that was ripped out of the ground and floated for a moment before it came crashing down, except this was a lot bigger, as if a god itself had come down and reached his hand onto the earth, tried to remove it from its hold. You walked, and the ground beneath you began to change. From this desert-like, hard, lifeless dirt, almost like the sand of a desert, or a beautiful white beach, making it kind of hard to trudge through this area, slowing your travel just a little bit. As you continued on, Mizo pointed out, and a few of you noticed that some of these large rock-like structures had something protruding from them. Large veins of gold. At this point you stopped, and as you can see these large staircase that stood in front of you, about 100 feet or so, Mizo decided that he was going to disappear, and he told you he would meet you at the gate, and wished you luck, climbed up the side of the rift, and disappeared. As you got closer and closer, you noticed an individual sitting on this large staircase that led up to the golden statues that you would guess led to the golden gate that you had been told about by Mizo. An odd individual, large and broad in stature, dressed in nothing but rags and a cloak that came down over his darkly tinted skin, green tinted skin. As you approached and you tried to reach out to him, he didn't really give you an answer. Until there was a mental connection made between Ren and this individual. And as that connection was made, he seemed to have taken notice. As if all at once, things began to happen. As you got closer and closer, a large wall of fire sprung up in front of all of you. The other orcs that you had seen before, now flanking both of your sides above you on the ridges, dressed in all sorts of different iconography, bones, feathers, leathers, and cloths, look down upon you. This elderly orc, stood in the flame. As he did, the flame lowered and almost parted as he began to converse with all of you about the chaos that these orcs were tasked to protect by their god, Utu, which they mentioned to be the god of the sun. A little bit of convincing and back and forth, this orcish gentleman pondered your request to help aid and control the chaos of which he spoke of, and agreed that he would ponder and ask his god exactly what he would be able to do, and if he was allowed to grant you all entry to the Golden Gate. And off he went. On top of the large mountain that kind of stood right in front of you, the sun peeking as if it was just staring deep within each one of your souls. As you found a place to rest, you could see the figure of this old orc sitting at the edge of the cliff, looking opposite of you directly into the sun. And that is where he stayed for the rest of the evening, the night, and the majority of the next day, until, almost as if you hadn't noticed, this orc disappeared. And then eventually, he returned, telling you that his orc companions and himself have been free of their charge of protecting this place, keeping the chaos that is within it at bay. Whether this is a sign of trust still to be said. But right before we ended, 2 weeks ago, this orc mentioned one last task that he had to accomplish before he allowed you entry. A challenge to Redric, in which he mentioned to see if you could live up to the bloodline that he seemed to recognize that you know nothing of. As he removed his cloak, this old orc doesn't seem as old as you once thought. As he took a stance, I will wait for him to get back.
He ran
He's
away.
running away from his
Suspension.
responsibility.
It's already been 2 weeks.
I'm here.
He said, "No thanks, I'm out."
I'm here.
Fuck this shit, I'm out.
He takes a stance. In martial and stature. What do you do?
I think Redric just kind of laughs. It's like, you serious? I've never met a. I know you got your cuckoo or whatever that you worship, but I've never met a funny cleric before. But that's a good one.
Calder will put a hand on Redric's shoulder and kind of lean in. I think he's pretty serious, buddy. Tap you and give you guidance.
Is that all you say?
Me or him?
No, Redric.
Okay.
Yeah, that.
And no
that's what I
movement?
say. No.
And as you stand there and make this cocky remark to him, he begins to push his hands in a motion, way above his head. And he just continues to do this. And
I'm
as
standing
you
next to
stand there
Redric.
in
I'd like
awe,
to move.
and as you stand there in awe, you see flames begin to form in both of his hands as he... Two massive bolts of fire come flying at you.
Oh, buddy.
Oh,
Get your shit
That
together, man.
first one is going to be a 15 to hit.
That just barely hits.
And this one's going to be a 19 to hit.
That one will also hit.
Okay. So you're gonna do this one. I like this song better. If it works. It's actually the wrong
the mood
one.
music. Music to keep
Two
your ass to.
massive flames come flying out of this orc's hands, and they both hit you directly in the chest.
Okay. I'm gonna use my. Is this fire damage?
You take 11 points of radiant damage.
Oh.
They smack into you. Give me a Constitution saving throw.
11 total, like between both.
Yes.
Or, okay.
Yes.
And a con save. Oh god, I don't even have my dice out.
How can you not have your dice
I
out?
know. Shush. All right. That's a 14.
14. That is a failure. You are now considered on fire. Each round you will be taking additional fire
Is
damage.
I love that phrasing. You're considered on
You are
fire.
considered.
Technically, he's not on, like, consumed by flame at the moment. But every once in a while, as you all kind of back up, as this orc casts these two fireballs into Redric, you can see every once in a while, as the smolderings kind of like turn into smoke, they recast. Just these painful flames seem to be stuck on your skin, Redric.
I don't like that.
We're gonna roll initiative.
All right.
Like
Could I
napalm.
do something real quick?
Depends on what you're going to do.
It is nothing. It has nothing like. I just want to give Redric something.
Okay.
I'm just gonna kind of I'm just gonna do like a quick little hand motion, and you feel a warmth in your pocket. Not as terrible as the so-called, you are technically on fire.
I got
But
hit again.
Yeah, exactly. But yeah. So you feel one in your pocket, so you now have inspiration.
All right. I got a 20 on initiative.
25
Nice.
here.
25.
First.
Hmm.
Yes.
At 20, 25. Damn it.
Yeah. You did so well. You did so well.
Yeah, I know. I rolled so good.
After he goes down back onto one foot and his hands come back into a defensive stance, he says, "Come now, boy. Show me the flames that run within your blood." As he just prepares himself. Your turn.
All right. I imagine that's at the end of my sentence, just before I even get to finish the last word, and then I'll just fuck. Guess we're killing old men today, and just kind of pull out the sword and just start running at him. The long sword that Isaiah had kind of shoved into my sheath before. And am I within 40 feet of him right now? Can I reach
Yeah,
him?
I'm actually going to bring you to a map.
Huh?
Yeah.
Metal
buddy.
Man!
I was waiting on it.
Let's go!
Wow.
I did not move any of you, so
Wow.
you were definitely a little bit closer.
Okay.
Yeah.
He said 40 feet,
There we
so
are.
I'm at least
Why can I not move any of you? You
I
guys
have
see
no
yourselves?
control over anything.
Yeah.
Yes,
Yes.
I can
Oh,
see
you
but
might be
not
on the.
touch.
Are we on the GM layer?
Yeah, we get
You're
touched.
on the wrong layer.
Yep.
I'll be right back.
Disappeared.
You all see and control yourselves.
I cannot see myself anymore. I disappeared.
So I once again put you on the wrong layer.
Yeah.
Hey, there I am.
I'm sorry. How close were we?
To the here. I will move you all up. We're on the stairs.
Oh my god. Where
Put
did
myself right here.
I-
I'll stick right here.
Position yourselves however you would like.
Yeah, that's about right. I put a hand on homie's shoulder a second ago.
As Redric gets hit with fire, Isaiah just leans over to Falcon and is like, "I got 50 gold on the orc."
Oh.
Vulcan arches an eyebrow and says, I don't quite have 50 gold, but and I want to bid on the orc, but I think he needs some encouragement, so I'll take his side.
Hey, Redric. What are you gonna do?
All right. I think I'm just gonna charge him, sword drawn, both hands. Just kind of run straight at him. And I'll take my
Oh
two.
shit!
Take some swipes. No rage, cause I'm an idiot, but it's okay. So these are both gonna be reckless.
Hey,
All right.
roll. Don't roll at advantage.
Oh.
You
Okay.
technically have disadvantage on
I
these
did
strikes.
roll at advantage. Should I
That's
just re-roll
Just
one?
use both of those dice.
For the two attacks. Gotcha. All
Yes,
right.
sir.
So it's gonna be the first one's a 20 to hit.
Okay. That will hit.
Okay. And that's
I like how I said that.
12 damage.
Okay, 12 points of damage.
And then the second one is only a 9 to hit.
9 to hit, that will miss. So as you rush in, he as he prepares himself in this like martial combative stance, you rush him with the sword. He drops his hands and lets you hit him right in the shoulder. And as you remove it and go to swing again, he just grabs the sword in the hand. And you can see it begins to heat up. And it bends just slightly. As his hand
God.
retracts. Almost like the brightness of the sun radiates from his hand at the moment, heating the blade.
Great. And yeah, I don't have any real bonus action, so that's it.
Howard. And he is going to he's just going to strike you straight across the chest, almost with like just a karate chop. That's going to be a natural 20.
Ooh.
Oh no!
If only you were raging.
That would be helpful, wouldn't it?
Right.
Wouldn't it?
Strong choices. We're making strong choices.
Narrative
That's going to be
decision
7
making.
points of bludgeoning damage.
7? Okay.
Yep. And then the second one, as he hits you straight across the throat with the first hand, he's just going to palm you right in the face with the other one. That is going to be a 15 to hit.
Perfectly hits.
And that is going to be 6 more points of bludgeoning damage.
All right. Great.
And as you kind of stumble back and kind of wipe your face, you see one more thing. As it looks like he's going to punch you, but the fist never makes contact. Instead, you see this massive flame arc off of his fist, and just comes down and slices across the right across your chest. I need you to make me a dexterity saving throw.
Okay, is this an effect I can see? I don't know. I have what's it called? Let me find the actual
Danger sense?
ability. Danger sense, yeah. Against effects
see.
you can see, while not blinded, deafened, or incapacitated.
Sure, I'll give you advantage.
Yay. That's a 21.
I'd give it.
21, that will save.
Nice.
That is going to be 10 points of fire damage reduced to 5.
All right.
This is fire damage.
Let
Let me make sure of that. Let me make sure of
Okay.
that. It is fire damage.
Okay, I will use one of my reactive resistances to make that 2.
Okay.
Instead. All right.
The heat of the flame as you get stunned straight in the face, you back up. This massive flame coming across your body. Your body almost instantly reacts and turns scaly at one point. The scales kind of protecting you and then slowly retracting. There it is. Come on, let it out. Show me that it really is you.
Alright. Is that his turn?
It's his turn.
At that, I think I'm just gonna throw the sword away and just like,
Yeah, buddy.
Good.
fuck you, and just
Yeah.
kind of go into a rage real quick.
Let's go.
Just
You see his eyes kind of furrow, and a toothy grin comes across his face.
I don't think. I don't think I want to do the form of the beast just yet. I think this is more just Redric getting angry than transforming.
Okay.
All right.
You're still are you still raging?
I am still raging for sure. But he's still gonna try and hold back those like dragon features a little bit. So I'll just enter a normal rage and make my attacks. I'm gonna pull out the daggers this time, not the swords bent in half. And these are both gonna be reckless. So the first one is a 18.
Misses.
Alright, and the other one's a nat 2, so that also is gonna miss. Still
Okay.
disadvantage, right?
What was that?
Still disadvantage?
Yes.
Okay. Then I just
DM.
kind of like throw the sword aside and pull out 2 daggers. It's like, gosh, trying to like wildly strike at him.
And he easily just backs up with your attacks and just with his bare hands, he slaps away each one of your dagger strikes. And every time the dagger strikes his hand, you see bursts of flame kind of light up your face as you strike out. You're holding back, and he's just going to wham punch you square in the face.
DM, can I move while this is going on?
Depends. What are you trying to do? Just give me 1 second.
Okay.
So that is going to be a 21 to hit.
That'll hit.
Okay. That is going to be 4 points of bludgeoning damage, but I need you to make me a Constitution saving throw.
Alright. And, is that for a total, like, before any reductions?
Yep.
Okay, so down to 2, because I'm raging
Yep.
now. And then the con save is 18.
18. That just fails.
Oh.
You are
really?
stunned.
Ah!
You are
Yikes.
stunned.
Shit.
least you raged.
Can I at least speak or no?
At this moment, you cannot.
Have
as
you
as you
eaten-
get. Go ahead.
Sorry. Have you eaten your pocket bread thing yet?
I haven't.
Okay.
I could for that
I'm
save actually.
I'm just saying. I just remembered
could
it.
I do that now? I
That's
also
that's a thought.
yeah.
This is his turn.
Okay. Well, I mean it's on saves, right? The bardic
Well,
inspiration.
you didn't
Okay.
eat it yet.
Yeah. Yeah, I was
But
gonna. Yeah,
it's-
you're supposed to eat it
I
on
get
your
it.
turn, and then if you have a save come up that you fail, then you can. So
That's-
since you haven't eaten it yet,
Okay.
it doesn't work yet.
Yeah. I
Anyway,
mean, if it's the normal bardic rules, you could just do it whenever. But okay.
And even that's also before you find out the result.
True.
Anyways.
Yeah,
But-
that is correct.
Gotcha.
As this
Um,
strikes, go ahead. Hold on, just
sorry,
give me one
yeah,
second,
go ahead.
guys. Just
Okay.
let me do the
Sorry.
thing, and then I'll let you guys act. I promise you. So, as you get smacked in the face, all of you see Redric's body completely ignite, flame, and once again it resides. And you can see that as the burnt hoodie that he wears, dragon scales begin to form. You're transforming. You haven't forwardly transformed yet. You can tell it's happening. There it is. And he backs up. And one more time. He launches a strike at you. Massive radiant bolt. I'm going to move him in a second. He doesn't move too far. That is going to be an 18 hit.
Yep. Yep.
That is going to be 9 points of radiant damage.
Okay.
He backs up just there. That is going to end his turn. What do you want to do?
I'm
Colin.
stunned, right?
You are
Oh,
stunned.
I don't want to engage. I just seeing Redric start to rage and seeing that change in him begin to occur because of our agreement. I'm particularly watchful of that. I just wanted to move a bit closer so that I can act if necessary, if that's
Okay.
if I'm not stopped.
Let me check. Need you to make me a wisdom saving throw.
Oh, sick! All right. Fuck. Ooh, yeah. 12.
That's a failure. Before you even make it past these pillars here, you make it about 5 feet before you're frozen.
Oh, good.
You all see Calder freeze mid-step. Redric, it is your turn. You were stunned, so it's
Okay.
going to end your turn. Make
Can
me another
I-
Constitution saving throw.
Okay. Nat 1. 6. Does that do it?
It does not do it. He relaxes, and out of this more combative stand, he just relaxes for a moment and begins to pace back and forth.
I'm
You
just
really
glaring
are
at him.
lost, are you not? Nothing can really save your kind anymore. The rumors are true. It's going to end his turn. Redric.
Another con save?
Yep.
Alright. 16.
16. You shake it off. But almost. It's as if you were released. Not by your own constitutional will. You almost feel like someone was grasping you in the hand of a massive giant, and all of a sudden just let you go.
So it's still just kind of like glare. This is at the end of my turn, right?
Yep.
Okay, but still just kind of glaring at him. I'll come out of that stun position, just like fall to the ground, like, I have to hold it back. And that's all I'll say.
Those are the old words of the king. Release it! And he's going to cast his ability once again at you. This time, 1 bolt. But you see, large glowing sphere in the middle of both hands. As he goes like this and raises it above his head, almost as if the sun begins to. He's carrying the sun. He brings it back down and it glows. He unleashes it at you. That is going to be a 22 to hit.
That hits.
Motherfucker Kamehameha you.
Yeah, I know. I know. Does he say, "Give me your energy"?
Yes.
As he holds it above his head.
19 points of radiant damage. As you were engulfed, I need you to give me a Constitution saving throw this time as well.
Okay. Uh, 20.
You would have been knocked prone, but as the power of the sun and the heat engulfs you, you stand strong.
And
You
is
look.
that half damage?
It is radiant damage.
Yeah, but is it halved by the save?
It is not. That was to see if you were knocked prone.
Well,
Jesus.
that would knock me unconscious. 19.
Oh.
And
Yeah.
you fall unconscious. All of you see this massive blast as if the sun engulfs Redric. Your eyes, you have to shade them, for the brightness is so bright. And as it all comes back into vision, as if you just stared into the sun for a moment, the orc standing above Redric, cloak wrapped over his arm. You see Redric laying there, clothless, fully scaled.
Oh.
Human in some parts, a tail, 2 massive dragon-like claws, and his snout that you all have seen. Hair the same, body structure like a man, covered in scales. Your kind really has been lost. Another false hope. And he walks up the stairs away from all of you.
I should have bet on the orc. Fuck.
Am I still
I'm-
held?
As he walks away from you and turns his back, you are released.
Okay, I will go up
As
to
you
Redric then.
and as you look around, though, you see just above you one of the orcs standing on top of the pillar, almost leaning in a way. Reached out. You can see him do a motion with his hand, and Calder is released.
Sorry, go ahead.
Oh no, I was going to do a similar thing that you're going to say. And since it seems like everything's over, I'm going to run up, probably at some point with Calder, and I'm going to cast Cure Wounds at 3rd level on Redder.
As the two of them move up, me and Duke are going to just get in front of the other 3. But stay back.
I'm gonna hit you with a healing hands, Redric.
Okay.
For ass rolls, 4 points.
And this should be 3d8 plus. I think 3d8 plus 4. Yes. That's 19 points. Okay.
Eesh. So, Redric, as you lay face down in the dirt, take a breath.
As soon as Redric is up, you guys can see that he is just like not there. Like whatever you just woke up is not Redric. The eyes are just fully dragon. He immediately flies into a rage and he's gonna try and run after that guy. Unless anyone
Here's
tries
the
to
thing.
stop him.
Redric, you
Yep.
assume that you are out of control, but you may look different, but it's as if you had never raged.
Hmm.
You almost don't know you're raging. Now I leave it up to you what you want to do. Your eyes flutter open. You can see your claws are out. Almost the peripheral vision of your snout in front of you.
Are
Uh,
you okay?
I feel like I'm kind of like I don't know.
Slowly, the claws begin to retract as you sit up off the ground. Very, very slow. You see the claw-like fingers turning back to human. It begins to spread up the arms. The snout slowly receding back into his face.
I'll offer you a hand.
I'll,
Take it.
Lift you
I'll
back
help
up
you
on
up.
your feet. The orc that walked away, is he like far at this point, or
At this point, he's out of your vision. He walked the remaining stairs upward.
the one
And
that was
has
on the
disappeared.
pillar? Is he still there?
Go ahead and make a perception check.
8.
You do not see him.
Okay.
We good up there?
I think Redric is just kind of like looking down, just like watching this slow reversion happen, like confused at this point.
I'll look back to Isaiah. I think maybe. I don't know what
Alright.
this means though.
Anybody got some extra clothes?
Oh, you want some of mine?
Oh,
I have extra clothes.
I do, but they might be a bit too big. I'm just gonna start rummaging through my bag without an answer.
I can, if you have extra, I can tailor them.
Oh no,
I
I
guess
think my stuff would be quite fitted. Don't you think?
Probably.
and
For
I
the
was gonna
time, for the time being, Cassius is going to walk up, take off his duster, and just kind of hand it to Redric for the time being. Here,
I'm
here,
just-
just maybe a little something.
I have
I'm
the most
just
inappropriate question.
I'm just gonna pull out like this super oversized shirt that is meant for me, and just kind of like and just sort of like motion over to Redric.
Okay, that one might be a little much. Sorry, I'm taking a lot in right now. This is
That's
never,
all right.
happened
Take a
like this
minute.
before.
Take a minute, collect. Ren.
Hmm?
You want to come with me for a minute?
Sure. Yeah.
Start walking up the stairs towards where the orc went.
I will follow.
Okay.
What are we doing?
Trying to figure out what the fuck this means.
He wasn't super clear on the terms, was he?
Yeah, no, not at all.
Okay.
And as you ascend, you begin to hear rustling. And as your vision kind of breaks the top of the stairs, you see this old orcish man, the cloak back on and his hood up, covering his eyes. The only thing left is this long white beard that goes down, kind of sways over the edge of the horse's back that he now sits upon. And he whirls it around and approaches you. Another false hope. It's unfortunate.
How do you mean?
How do I mean? He's not ready. None of you are.
For what's beyond the gate?
For any of it. He's a sign, an omen. You should leave him here. Continue onward. We are leaving.
He is not alone. He is more with us than he is by himself. And I think
I hope you are right.
I think if he knew what you wanted, he would have given you a hell of a lot more of a run for your money.
Maybe one... I've already said too much.
What does
He
this mean
will.
Too much.
letting us pass?
The gate is yours. But you will not... See kind of frustration kind of wash over him. You will not prevail.
Why not come help? This has been your charge for how long?
Exactly the point. I've done this enough. I am free, no longer bounded to this place. None of us
This
all.
is the moment. This is where it all matters. It's the
It's matter
make or
for a
break.
lot longer than you know. He kind of whirls his horse around. Good luck.
Wait, do you know anything about a skinless dragon?
Kind of stops for a moment. Whirls back around to you. Skinless.
I look at Ren. Like
Or
the fuck?
We've had a day to think. She's had some thoughts swirling. 2 weeks. Or undead. Maybe.
No. I know nothing of an undead dragon.
Is he being truthful?
Insight check.
Yes.
Oh, I don't know shit. I think it's an 8 or a 9. Or is it? Yeah, either way, it's a no. It's a 9.
He said it was so much sternness. If he was lying, it'd be hard to know.
Okay. If you want to give up, then fine, give up. But what harm could come from you sharing your knowledge with us so that we might do better?
I have no
This has been
knowledge
your-
I could give to.
You said that you almost said too much. You're holding something back.
He's not ready. In time, he will learn.
We don't have time.
I've had
Protecting from this
years.
evil has been your purpose for, I assume, a very fucking long time. We're here to do something about it now. Because if we don't, this gets a whole hell of a lot worse. And instead of helping, when you say we're apparently not ready to do it alone, you're going to let cowardice take over and walk away.
Call me a coward all you want. You know nothing of the charge and what I was issued to do here.
Then help us
Good luck.
understand.
If you say he's not ready, does that mean he's the key in some way? Does this pause if we don't go in?
He is an omen. The fact that he cannot control exactly what runs through his blood is exactly why I am leaving.
Do I hear
You
any
can't
of
run
this?
far enough.
You're too far.
Okay, I figured.
You have to know you can't run far enough.
It's not running.
It is running. You're dooming us all by not helping.
I wish you
Utu
luck, my friends.
would be ashamed.
You know nothing of Utu, or my ways, or my charge. I am leaving. You will not make me stay. You will not convince me to stay in any way. I've been here too long. Good luck.
Yeah, enjoy running, you fucking coward. I turn around and walk back.
I wish you well.
If you do not leave him... take
You know
care
we
of
can't
him.
leave him. What do you mean?
I cannot say. And he rides off.
Does
Just
he
watched.
go down the stairs like past me?
He does not. He rides opposite of the platform that these two stand on, and up a small slope on top of the ravine.
Do I
The rest of you can see the other 5 orcs on horseback.
can I call out to him as I see him starting to like trot away?
Sure.
Just like, hey! Does he stop?
He stops and he turns towards you.
I'm just gonna start like running up the stairs like, what did you do to me? You brought it out, but I'm still here. I didn't have to go away. What happened?
I did nothing. You did that to yourself, my boy.
I've never felt
Puts his hand
anything
up.
like that.
Embrace it. You do not know what runs within your veins.
Then teach me.
I am not the one to teach you.
Fuck, then who is? How am I supposed to figure
do
this
not
shit
know.
out on my own? Is it Utu?
He just smiles. I wish I could tell you, my boy, but it is not my charge, nor my responsibility to tell you.
I don't give a fuck what your charge is.
Would
It's
it really
implied.
cost you so much to just tell him?
Indeed it would. You have no idea. Last thing I'm going to say to you, boy. If you feel like you could not control it, leave and never come back. You put all of these people at risk.
That's our choice. You leave.
I've said what I must. And he whirls around, makes a sign, like he's speaking to the others. You see one nod, and they turn, begin to ride off from all of you.
Thank you for your time.
Thank you for nothing. Fuck.
As Calder approaches, Cass is gonna go. So, how'd it go?
Pretty fucking well.
Did
Y'all doomed?
Yeah,
Did
that fucking
anybody-
coward seems to think so.
I mean, he's not necessarily wrong. We might be, but did anybody ask how we opened the Golden Gate?
Zoom will figure it out. He said it's
I
ours.
mean, if it's a gate, we just push or pull it open, right?
Unless
Or
it's
you guys
locked.
said, but you guys, either that or someone mentioned some type of mechanism.
Okay.
We can use that too.
Isaiah,
I
you're
don't
smart.
know.
You'll figure it out. We'll help.
Mhm.
It's the evening, right? Like it's getting late.
It is. You now stand on a massive walkway. It's more of a platform. It spreads out on both sides about 30 feet until the sand begins to consume the large golden dwarven statues that you now stand right almost directly beneath, 50 to 60 feet in height, holding the mountain itself. Smaller pillars made of pure gold line in between them, almost like an old like a pantheon from the Greek times. The pillars kind of resemble. And past it, you see a massive golden wall, beautiful carvings, scenes of war, scenes of dwarves at work, deep mines, a massive dragon in one corner as dwarves battle it. All sort of intricate designs. You can see, just from this being this far away, even like 20 or so feet, you can tell that there's sculptures within sculptures within sculptures. As you would get closer, you would notice that some of the large parts of the dragon begin to form other scenes. Seems like almost like the entire history of these dwarves is kind of carved in this massive wall.
Is there
We
a intelligible story, or is it just look like random scenes from the history?
Give me an investigation check.
Does the dragon depicted look undead?
It does not. It looks alive and well.
Starting off very.
Does it have a color?
8.
The wall is gold.
Okay.
Does not have a color, but it has these wild-looking horns that curve in loops before eventually coming out the front of it. You can tell that it is battling massive armies of dwarves.
we rest for the evening and then try to open this thing up in the morning.
Probably. Do you guys
Um,
think that's what the dwarves released? Although I guess if it was, then they probably wouldn't have had time to make a wall about it.
Yeah. And whatever happened with the dwarves, the entire city collapsed.
Right.
So it would have been. This was probably.
Unless they didn't make it. Who knows?
What was your
Um,
investigation check?
8.
Okay.
Maybe we should try and rest inside. Now that the orcs are gone, things might want to move into their territory.
Is there any sign of miso?
Perception check.
Elizabeth. 16, yes.
You look around, and as you get closer and all of you begin to approach this wall, you see Isaiah begin do some looking and running his hand along the wall. You all begin to follow, I'm assuming. But as you get closer, Ren, you're looking out for Mizo, you can see him. Way down, as you look to your right, looking up at the door. Seems to be looking at some of the pictures.
I'll call out to him. Shithead!
What?
Come join us!
No!
Fine.
When she says shithead, I look over, but then quickly realize it wasn't me.
Hey, can you show us where this thing opens, Mizo?
I've been trying to do that, but I can't find it.
You know, the Orcsies are gone, right?
I'll
Good.
start looking for a way
Stupid
I'll start
Orcsies.
looking for a mechanism or something.
Give me an investigation check.
I'll help Ren.
Okay.
Mizo, how did the
Guidance.
gate open before? Like, how did
Comes
you get
trotting
in?
over. You see him as you are asking him.
Guidance.
He puts his hand on the wall for a moment. You see him run it down. He comes running over.
What did you say?
How did you open the gate before?
I never opened it.
That was
It was
a
already
20
open when I snuck in.
24 on the investigation check.
It was already open when I snuck in. Door closed behind me, so stuck here.
Anyway, 25.
24.
24. Okay. You begin to see within some of these pictures, and you taking a liking to the dragon, you begin to notice that within the massive picture of the dragon, there are scenes of many types of different peoples seeming to fight this thing. Dwarves, men, elves, all in different scenes within the scene of the massive dragon fighting the massive army of dwarves. You do notice one thing. A group of 3. Etched. Very small. Within the eye of the dragon. Battling. And what seems like slaying this beast. As it lays dead, one of the gentlemen, foot on it, sword raised. The other 2 standing as a silhouette behind him. With a large tail. Kind of wraps beneath him. The figure has no features other than a head, a body. You can tell they tried to etch as best as they could a shield. But it stands with its sword straight up, tail wrapped around its leg.
Can I just ask a stupid question?
Mhm.
Do Dragonborn exist in this world?
Oh yeah,
Okay, cool.
all over
Just making
Faerun.
sure.
You take note of this, and you begin to walk. Seeing all sorts of different scenes of things that you would never understand. Unless you were a historian that lived through this entire lifetime of these dwarves. You find something. Etched. Almost as someone scratched it in the gold with a knife. Words you do not understand. Carved
Falcon!
into the side of the
Hey.
door.
She's been digging through her bag, and she says, "Yes,
Hey, can you see if you can read this?
sure." And she'll walk over. Is it in language she immediately understands?
What languages do you speak?
Uh, Common, deep speech, elvish, primordial, and undercommon.
No.
Okay, then if she doesn't... oh,
I was just gonna say, as Isaiah is helping Ren, is
Oh,
it
yeah.
Dwarvish?
It is Dwarvish.
oh, there you go.
Isaiah, it reads as you walk up to Ren. She shows it to you. It looks, the letters themselves are probably a good half of a foot, maybe a foot. So someone took their time and carved into this wall, right into the beautiful sculptures that are carved into it. It reads, "You have forsaken us. You move on without us. None master you until now. Still you never stand. So move on we must, but no matter how far we go, none can lose you forever."
Does that ring any bells?
He would read it out loud for everybody to hear.
Not directly. Go ahead and give me a religion check.
Okay. Yeah, Vilken, the most religious person around. I got 13 plus 5 for 18.
And a general intelligence check. Just roll and add your intelligence modifier.
Just my intelligence modifier? Okay.
Yep.
14 plus 5 for
19.
19.
You're not too sure what it speaks of, but it seems to be a riddle of some kind.
Oh, she loves riddles. She wants to sit and figure out the riddle.
Yeah. Can you say it again?
Absolutely. You have forsaken us. You move on without us. None master you. And there's some spaces. It seems like he took his time. Until now. Still you never stand. So move on we must. But no matter how far we go, none can lose you forever.
The sun?
Here's the thing. I Kate, I'm horrible at riddles, so I out of character, no help.
I mean, it might. Everybody's suggestions. Everybody's suggestions. Isaiah is gonna repeat in Dwarvish just in case it makes a difference. Son, or you have forsaken us. That sounds more like Moradin after the fall.
Well, if they were obsessed with gold, we're kind of thinking maybe in some way their greed led to their downfall. Or maybe that's just me. Maybe it's gold.
One other thing you do notice, Ren, at the top of the wall, from one end to the other, the sun is depicted, but as if it was slowly rising, and at the center it's very prominent, and at the other side it begins to fade once again.
I'll point that out I'll just point out what I've noticed about the wall to the others. Are there any... Okay, so it's just like one sun in this corner, a prominent sun up here, and then another sun over here?
But it's not just three. It seems like the sun slowly rises and slowly...
Are there any gaps larger than the other gaps?
It's hard to... Not really, I wouldn't say so.
Okay.
Is there any depictions of the moon?
Give me an investigation check.
During all this, Redric is just going to go plop himself down on the top seat of the stairs nearby.
Oh, does he have clothes on yet?
I have a duster, I think, from Castus.
I mean,
Okay.
you would have a
And
shirt.
an
You said no.
oversized T-shirt.
Okay.
Maybe just
Gonna
like
scam.
not wearing it, but
Looks like a little kid wearing his dad's shirt.
exactly, yeah.
You're gonna
Download Ducking It right now.
you're gonna get thrown.
Exactly.
Like Velkin, as she turns away, to think, she notices Redric is not fully dressed and says, I found these, and she's gonna literally toss him like a blue turtleneck and a pair of leggings. It's like, that's
Nice.
what I've got, but there you go.
Hey.
It'll work, I guess. I'll
For
start
the
And
putting it on.
I imagine the leggings are like capris on
Oh, yeah, they're
him.
too short. Yeah, they go like just below the knee.
It's perfect.
It's the
And Redric
worst.
Looks like a hipster
Tight.
gym bro on a coffee
The
date.
worst. But yeah, I'll put
on
that
the
on.
gate. Is the sun like at the highest point? Is that the one that's more prominent?
Yes, it's the
Yeah.
full entire depiction of the sun.
Maybe
For
it
the
can only be
invest-
opened when the sun's at its zenith. The time of day thing.
Could be.
Hey, Mizo,
What?
what time of day was it when you actually got in?
We still don't know. Still bright out.
The sun was up.
Yes.
Was the sun like straight up, real high in the sky?
Miso no remember.
What time is the sun at its highest?
What was that?
What time is the sun at its highest?
Just be midday. It would be, it's hard to tell. But right now it is beginning to get darker out. The sun hasn't completely gone behind the sky, but
If it's a time of day thing, then it might just be. It would be strange that Miso was here so long before it opened again.
Yeah.
If
For
days-
any, sorry,
Oh, go ahead.
for any depictions of the moon, I rolled an investigation check of 10.
you do not see any.
It might have been one of those things where it can open at a certain time of the day, but it doesn't open automatically. Maybe it's like a timed lock that you didn't have to trigger.
But that would be strange if this was the front entrance to the dwarves' hold, wouldn't it?
I've never been to this kind of place, so you know better than I do.
I imagine. Falcon, do you remember this place? Would they have traded with other nearby civilizations?
Like the orcs traded with others?
No,
Or the
no,
dwarves?
the dwarves. Before the plague and all that.
Does Velkin know, like, she knows that there was rivalry between the drow and the dwarves here, but, you can still be rivals and still do trade, kind of thing? Is there
Mhm.
anything that she knows of?
Wait, just repeat that. Sorry, I'm typing out this riddle for you guys.
It's okay, thank you.
Mm.
Does Velkin know of any, like, trade that would have went on between the dwarves that used to live here before, everything happened?
Give me a history check.
It's not a good dice roll, but thankfully I've got a decent modifier. It's an 8 plus an 8.
16. The dwarves that used to live here traded with all sorts of different kingdoms around the area. Definitely did not trade with any drow, but the human kingdoms that surrounded the area, and the other dwarven kingdoms, absolutely. They traded all sorts of items, mainly gold, armor, and weapons.
You can guess that they traded with the human and dwarven kingdoms around here. Not so much, not the drow. Mainly weapons, gold, stuff like that.
Maybe we move on.
Sorry,
because none
I
must-
only remember bits and pieces of the riddle, but
He's typing it.
would it?
You have forsaken us. You move on without us. None master you until now. Still, you never stand. So move on we must. But no matter how far we go, none can lose you forever.
Time?
Time or death, maybe.
Well,
If we're talking time, I have mastered time, so let's not that.
Well,
Well,
Maybe-
So you can't master it
we're
until
not all
now.
stand.
fucking time wizards. and
You
shit.
never stand. None have mastered you until now. Still, you never stand. So time never stands still. You can never
Elkin,
escape
you
it.
have
Still, you
mastered
never
time.
stand.
maybe it's light.
Are you trying all of these?
Yeah.
Words.
Right, like
As
goes
they're
to the
suggesting,
dictionary.
Isaiah's just calling out in Dwarvish.
Could it be shadow?
The first time you mentioned time,
Yeah.
Fuck.
Yeah.
dust begins to rain down from above you.
Oh.
Well done.
Large stones fall and crumble to the ground. Most of you have to back up as the wall itself begins to move in a horizontal direction.
It's a goddamn
You're
safety
welcome.
hazard.
Welcome. You're welcome.
Excellent.
It's about 20 feet in width before it stops. And in front of you, you see nothing but black. In one singular golden path, about 10 feet wide, that
Is
leads
this-
into darkness.
Is this like normal darkness? Like can Elkin see through it?
Perception check.
It looks
It's
extremely
not awful at
welcoming.
all.
12.
You cannot see past it. The only reason that you can really see that there's even a path there is because the remaining little bit of the sun glitters on the golden path in front of you.
Can I summon my dancing lights and kind of wade them in and ahead of us, like so before like we enter, see if it illuminates anything?
Sure. As you put the lights in, and you let them float on in, the only thing they illuminate is the golden path. And as you cast them out, it seems like they're just bright stars in the midst of in space, emitting almost no light.
We're sleeping out here, right?
Yeah.
I don't want those
Oh.
dogs, if they're following us, to come back. Those bad dog things. I figured that little hallway is a lot more defensible than this big ravine.
Miso said the door slid shut behind him, and we don't know that time will necessarily work on both sides.
And
That's true.
We should be worried about the dogs, but the orcs have inhabited this for a while, and they're gone now. But I don't think things would be so eager to move in immediately after. They'd probably want to watch for a little to make sure things are no longer occupied before storming in.
and to
Unless
be
they were
honest,
chasing us.
Mm.
Well,
But-
follow me. Sorry.
to be honest, I think I'd rather fight with the dogs and whatever's in. He just points in there. At least I can see out here.
Besides, if they do show up, we can always run in.
It's true too.
Let me try one more thing. Isaiah's going to call out time again to see if the doors close.
Nothing happens.
I'm going to
Okay.
memorize that word that Isaiah is saying. I feel like more than one of us should
yes.
know that.
Yeah.
Good idea.
We'll take 5 minutes, everybody. No, you got to work on the glottal stops. It's
What could they have meant by time has forsaken them?
Great fucking question.
I think for now we just post up in front of the door, ready to flee at the moment's notice, but we stay out here so whatever's
if
in there
we-
doesn't eat us.
What if the time forsaken thing? Now, I'm not the smartest, person out here, but Mizo's real fucking old. If he is to be believed, what if that's the area time has literally forsaken it? Maybe nothing here ages.
the
The season stopped. Miso said that there used to be seasons here, and now there aren't anymore.
Shit.
This is.
Mm,
Oh.
Maybe
Well-
that's why there's no animals.
When I think of the, I mean, I don't know for sure, but when I think of the beginning portion of the riddle, to me it sounds like it's, time, in a way, time doesn't stop, and things will move on even if you're not ready for it. So when I read it, it's more like they're not ready for it to keep going on, but it does, because time never stands still.
I pull out my pocket watch. Is it still ticking away? Time ticking by on that watch?
It is.
It also says, though, you move on without us. So maybe time is ticking out there, but not here.
Not here.
Yeah.
Okay, I have an idea.
real quick.
I have an idea. Yeah, go ahead.
Real quick, term. The riddle was scratched into the door with a knife, right? That would have happened way later than, like, the dwarves would have wanted this facade to be nice and pretty and perfect while they were still here, right?
Correct. It looked unnatural.
Yeah. The riddle was also added after whatever happened with the dwarves, so it may well have been the plague and the gate breaking that did whatever caused this.
I have a curious. Hey, Velkin, does your pocket watch actually tell time?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm gonna pull out whatever's left of my rope, about 30 feet, because freaking Mizo cut into it, so I have about 30 feet of rope on me. I'm tying it around myself, my waist. Ook, grab this.
Why don't you
Hold
just
out the
have
other-
Ook go somewhere dangerous instead of you?
Because this is a very tiny piece of machinery, and he has giant metal hands. I want to make sure he doesn't get destroyed. So I am going to just step in. I'm just going to step into the door.
A tilted head.
Oh,
Step
that-
into the door. That's all.
Then don't worry with the
Oh.
rope. The door's fine. It's not even going to close.
Hey, something sucks me in.
Uh-huh.
I take 10 feet to the door. We're going to compare watches, okay, Velkin?
Okay, she like pulls hers out of like the overcloak she has, keeping an eye on
Okay.
it.
All right, I am going to step 10 feet through the door. Wait about, by my watch, my watch continue ticking?
As you stepped within, the rope held on by Ook, correct? You walk in, and on the golden path, each one of your footsteps echoes, as if the sound from outside has been cut off. As if you, went on a really steep mountain, and your ears need to pop. It's almost as if you can't hear anything, except your heartbeat. Doof, doof. Doof, doof.
I can still see him, right?
All of you can.
I'm gonna try messaging him. Are you okay?
I hear this?
You do. You look down at your watch. It's not moving.
Is your watch moving?
What? It is not a great feeling in here, but the watch isn't ticking.
There you go. Velkin will turn to the others and say, his watch isn't moving anymore.
Do we hear him? Oh no, I guess message. You don't. Anyway.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm going to walk through the door again. Through it again.
Wait.
Okay, before I stop, before I go.
Can you hear us from in there?
You hear
Do we
you see
sound
Isaiah.
normal?
Can you hear us from in there? Velkin will then message.
No. Was Isaiah saying something?
Yes, and then she'll turn to the others and say, he can't hear. He can only hear me telepathically.
Interesting.
So time has stopped in there.
Alright, I'm walking out. Oh, that was weird.
As if sound itself comes back to you. You begin to hear a ring in your ears.
Oh, shit.
But investigation work.
Velkin, do you mind helping me with something?
Of course. What is it?
Would you mind going in? You can use the rope if you want, and then try a spell you have to speak.
Okay, yeah. Velkin will take the rope. She'll just hold on to it with one hand. You seem like she's like, I don't need the rope, but like I'll take the rope just to have the rope.
Fallen
with me.
down holes before, so you know I'm gonna be safe.
Exactly. And then she'll head in.
Same silence and pressure in your ears comes over you.
It's not very.
Ugh. It's not painful, but it's uncomfortable.
Okay. And then she's just going to try casting. Maybe not. I shouldn't do that on myself. Oh, there we go. Out into the, like, abyss area in front of her. She's just gonna hold out her hand and try casting Burning Hands.
Okay. You hold out your hands. You say the words. And you make the motions. You stare at your hand and nothing's happening.
Shit.
You look, and you can see a flame.
Oh my god.
And can you mentally talk to
Slowly
her?
growing.
It's just
Yeah.
growing.
As if something is slowing your spell.
Okay, so it's the spell is going through. It's just taking a lot longer than it would
Yes.
usually take. Okay,
Perception check
for me.
from you.
Okay. 12 on the dice, 4 with a +4 for 16.
You kind of look out down your hand. You put it out just to make sure not to burn yourself. You begin to look around. It is completely black all around you. But you swear you see the faintest signs of light. Speckles of brightness in the dark.
Do they resemble stars?
It's as if you're standing in space itself.
Okay. Velkin's going to look out towards. We'll go with Ren. She's gonna try casting message to see if it goes through. Can you hear this?
Do I hear it?
Can you hear this?
Yeah. I heard you just now. But I guess you would know that it was a delayed response.
Yeah, she would, because she's used to the immediate responses from it.
Yeah.
And she probably would have noticed because she can see out, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
But
So
it's when you look out, it's like, you know, whenever you close your eyes sometime and you're standing, you feel like you're gonna fall.
yeah.
That's what it feels like.
Okay.
You
So
look
she.
over
Oh, yeah.
around where you're standing, and it's the path after 10 feet drops off in the darkness.
Okay. She probably would have noticed when she was looking at Ren, because when someone talks in your head, it's like
Yeah, you would have seen it
get-
react.
you would have seen some sort of like micro reaction. She'll speak to Ren knowing that's going to be delayed. She'll stay where she is, and she says, "I think this is space. Time moves slower in space, and time is moving very slow here."
She says, "I'll relay it. She thinks it's space and time is moving slow."
Did we see the like super slow burning hand spell through the door?
Give me a perception check.
14.
You see her kind of react. You see a glow coming from her hand. You're not too sure what it was or what she was trying to do.
I mean, Isaiah asked her to cast a spell, I guess, but
We don't know which.
yeah.
I will say, like, it's Velkin when she when she holds like fire in her hands, it's flickering rather quickly. So to see just like this still kind of like fire sitting in her hands is abnormal. So you could probably guess that something wasn't going completely right. As to exactly what it is, I'm not sure. And then she'll speak to Ren again. She'll say, "There is little specks of light that greatly resemble stars in here."
Says there's specks of light that resemble stars. Should...
Hey, Ren, do me a favor. Can you connect with me?
Yeah, sure. I'll throw up a connection to Castus, Velkin, and Red.
I'm going to walk back through. I'm basically going to stand next
8
to
hours.
Ren.
Holy shit. Connection lasts for 8 hours.
I've already been in there. I'm gonna go back in there and stand next to Velkin, so I get that awful feeling.
Can she?
Hey, Velkin.
Yeah, does she hear that? Like, can we talk normally?
You can.
Oh, hello.
All right, I'm gonna
Falcon,
take
roll
out
me
my
a wisdom
pistol.
saving throw.
Ah, shit.
Oh no! Oh no!
What?
And I'm not good at those. Oh, I have a +4, so that makes it a 10.
Bad.
A 10.
I'm not good at those. I have a +4.
As Castus walks up to you, he says, "Hey, Vulcan," and you go, "Hey." You don't remember this guy's name.
Oh
You remember
my
everything
God.
else about him, but you don't remember his name.
What the fuck? dude?
Uh-oh.
Hello, person who uses very loud mechanisms in combat.
Okay, I'm gonna. All right. Well, that's weird. Speaking of, I'm gonna pull out my pistol, point down into the darkness, and pull the trigger and fire. Fire as normal.
Oh, it explodes.
Oh, heads up next time.
That was a mistake.
As the magical energy kind of, and you can see a splash of blue and yellow and orange as the bullet fires out of the front of the pistol, and as it just gets over to the edge, it stops, and it hangs there.
What are you shooting at? Are you okay?
Is that a delay for me as well? We're cyclically connected.
It is indeed. Actually, it is not.
I think it's only
Delayed
just
the other way.
Yeah.
Just testing something.
If Velkin turns to look at the others outside, does she remember who they are?
Yes.
Do you know my
Castus,
name?
as you stand there, you see the bullet just hanging about 3 feet away from you.
I don't
Is it
like
moving
it.
at all,
I don't
or
like
just
it.
sitting?
It's just
I just want to
frozen.
kind of just tap it with my finger.
As you do, you can almost feel it. Do you ever get shocked by something? That feeling of a magnet, two magnets rattling together? As you kind of get closer to it and go to touch it, you can see the thing is suspended, but it is still moving. The bullet quickly spinning. And you tap it. It begins to float.
And we can see this happening from outside.
Jesus.
You see him tap something. You're too far away to see exactly what he's doing, but you would assume.
Pretty much since the thing with the burning hands went off, Isaiah's been sitting down and is doing the ritual for detect magic to see if there's a localized event, a localized item, or if this is an entire, like, the hallway.
Ren's gonna say to Castus, "Hey, hop up for a sec. I want to try something."
Right. And I'll just kind of just look at the bullet a little more, and look at Velkin like, Castus will be right back. And
You know
walk
my name?
through- Velkin.
So I'm gonna.
Through.
I'm gonna. Yeah, I was gonna say I'm gonna see Castus do something with his gun and kind of like just poke his bullet. I hate having to do this, but I'm going to walk through the door.
We're walking in together. I'm also going in.
Okay.
I'm walking out.
Yeah.
Brace yourself. As you're walking in towards it, I say, brace yourself.
Okay. And as soon as I'm on the other side, I'm summoning a dagger.
Yeah, I'm gonna walk through too.
Yeah, I was gonna say I'm gonna as I like walk through, I'm gonna pull out my longsword.
And I'm just gonna chuck it and see what happens.
Something
And,
that's interesting. Just let me backtrack a little bit.
Hmm.
The mental connection between Ren and Cassis was not delayed. Both ways. Within there. And as you walk in, the dagger summons. Both of you feel this pressure in your ears. You can feel your heartbeat. Doof, 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 doof. And as you walk, your foot pads on the stone echo. It's as if sound and everything is kind of muted in here.
Why does your magic get to work in here and not mine? And don't say it's because it's better than mine, because it's not.
Well, I don't think it's magic. I think it's me. I don't know how to explain it, but Chuck.
You chuck your dagger into
Just
the
into
abyss?
into the abyss.
Or it
And
just dissipates.
But it flows normally.
It does.
All right.
I was gonna say what I wanted to try was that I pulled out my longsword and I'm just gonna swing out into the air.
Roll me an attack.
Oh, that's scary now. I'm afraid. That wasn't even a roll, it just dropped. Fuck you. Damn die. I'm sorry. That's a two-handed. So that's a 10 total.
Okay, roll me damage.
Two-handed. So it actually does matter. Where is it? Where? Oh, there you go. That is 6 slashing.
As you... it feels like you impacted a stone wall. You hit it. But you can't get the sword. And you are slowly beginning to get pulled. Give me a dexterity saving throw.
Fuck.
I was gonna say, I am holding on to this sword. But I will, I'm gonna make that saving throw. Okay, you said dex saving throw? 17 total?
17.
Mm-hmm.
Your foot begins to slip.
Whoa, hey.
Taking your arms.
Problem!
What's
Your
happening?
feet are slowly sliding.
I was
Let
gonna
it
say,
go.
I am trying to pull with all of my might, holding on to the sword.
Give me a strength check.
Damn it! It's a 15 total.
A 15.
Yeah.
You're slowly sliding. If you don't let go, you're going off the path.
Wait, so I'm getting pulled off of the golden path.
Indeed. The sword, as you impacted it, stopped and then began to pull out of your hands. And you were slowly sliding with it.
I want to try something because I'm curious. I hope we don't explode. I want to try and chronal shift that.
Did it stop when
I
his
don't like
sword
that
was like
smile. I don't like that smile.
I'm
when his sword was
intrigued.
crossing over the boundary off the edge of the path? Is that when it stopped?
So it hits the. It's as if he hit a wall in front of him. It's full swing.
But was
Stops.
it over the path or like out from
Outside the
outside of the path?
Outside of the path?
That's when it stopped.
And then it began to just. He's not letting go. Chronal shift. Roll me an intelligence check.
Oh god.
I'm gonna
Actually,
That
it's a
question
sucks
makes me
everyone in.
nervous.
It's a saving throw. Apologies.
Intelligence saving throw?
Yep.
Okay, that's even better.
Fart.
That's a 14 plus 8.
You do your motions. Quickly as you usually do. You see the small stopwatch appear. And you see Egval. He's frozen. Go ahead and roll that the strength check again for me.
It's a 6.
Oh no.
Oh,
The
Oh,
same
no.
exact roll.
Eggval's not moving.
Oh shit! No, my bad.
You broke egg.
I did.
Yikes.
and what's going on in there?
He's
Uh,
frozen.
I'm gonna come up behind like Isaiah and Castus, just still pulling on like the leggings. Like, damn, shit won't fit. What the fuck's going on in there?
Something's a little weird. I'm not sure. Hold please.
Fuckery.
Yeah. Can
Uh,
I like? What happens if I egg? Can I like? I'll summon a dagger and I'll just kind of poke him with it, like gently, because I just don't want to touch him.
It pokes him. Egg, you feel a little pinch. You can't move though, or say anything.
I'll let the dagger go.
I didn't know what it was going to do.
Constitution saving throw
Just
for me.
did.
Me or egg?
Oh, me?
Okay.
Eggval.
Ooh. That's an 18 total.
Okay, you haven't suffocated yet.
Oh,
Jesus.
Oh,
He
get him
says
out
these
of
things
there.
so casually.
I'm gonna go inside.
That same.
Yeah.
Can you carry Eggball out?
Yeah, we got to get him out of here.
Yeah. Let me try. Ooh, buddy. I'll go just like grab Egg around the waist and try to manhandle his ass back.
Roll me make it athletics.
Oh, come on.
I love the commitment.
Fuck me in the. Damn it. 9.
You begin to pull him, and he's pulling back, and his arms begin to extend, but his hands are not letting go of the sword.
Can we outside the gate like see that there's a sense of urgency and like
Yeah, everyone
panic
sees
going on in there?
All right, I'm running back in there.
Eggval, roll me a Constitution saving throw.
I'm gonna start trying to pry his hands off of. If I can like try to like weasel. If there's any way I can do this acrobatically.
I will help this.
Do a cartwheel and then pull him off.
Just roll me a general dexterity check.
Okay.
You get advantage because I'm helping.
For the con save, that's a 14 total.
Hey.
Okay. Actually, I'm gonna.
Elkin does have a
You
rope
feel your
attached to a
lungs
strong guy
beginning
outside.
to burn.
Hmm?
Your heart is beating faster and faster, Eggval.
Fucked up.
You said a
Um,
general dex check?
Yeah.
Ooh, that's a fuck. What am I looking at? Max. No, it's
Roll it
not.
with the advantage.
I did roll it with advantage. It wasn't great. Oh, it's 11.
You want a chronal shift?
So I.
Oh God, no!
So DM, I just want to ask, just for myself, nothing moves, not even my eyes, nothing whatsoever. Period.
Correct.
Okay, that's all.
How close to the opening are we? Like me and Eggval.
You guys said you walked in about 10 or so feet.
After
I think so.
Okay, give me the rope.
after seeing Calder try and like push Egg and like nothing happening, I'm just gonna like fuck it and just kind of like step through and just.
I tie the
going
rope
on?
around Eggval.
Ren, were you in the middle of something before I do a thing?
A failure.
Her
A failure.
and Cassis are slowly trying to pry Eggval's hands from the
I'm
sword.
gonna. So one arm still around Eggval. I'm just gonna like reach out towards the door and pull with all my might, and will us out, and cast Misty Step.
Okay.
Which fuck only affects me.
Yeah, I was gonna say I don't
Yep.
believe you can bring.
Yeah.
You cast Misty Step and
Yeah.
you disappear. But
Oh my god, I'm gone.
you emerge from the door.
Okay.
You're in another dimension.
I thought I was just like in this.
We're all
God, fuck.
real twitchy right now.
Ooh.
But he does disappear for some time.
Oh, is Calder gonna be gone for like 10 minutes now?
Yeah, how long?
It
Good
is
10 or so seconds before you appear outside.
Stumble a few steps. Fuck.
What's going on?
Has-
What is happening?
has
we
it been
get
long enough
egg
that
out?
my eyes are gone?
Constitution saving throw, Eggval.
I'm going to attempt to shove Egg the same way I attempted to shove Miso.
Okay.
That is a 23 total.
Okay. Does he have to make a wisdom save?
He has to make a strength saving throw, and a creature can willingly fail. So I'm just gonna. Well, he can't do shit right now, so it doesn't matter. But yeah, he has to make a strength saving throw. My DC is like 14, I think.
Okay, what do you say to him, or what exactly do you do to?
I'm just
will
gonna.
him-
I'm gonna see that this isn't working. Like trying to pry his hands off. I'm starting to freak out a little bit. So I'm just gonna be like, and I remember what happened with Miso, and I'm still not entirely sure I did that, but I'm gonna try. And I'm gonna say, just, hey, buddy, just go with it. And I'm gonna just imagine just shoving him back towards the door with my mind.
You go with it, Egg.
Can he even think? Is his brain frozen as well?
You do hear Ren's voice within your mind.
I'm still holding on to the
clarity,
sword.
I'm not connected to him. I'm connected to Castus, Falcon, and Red.
I'm still holding on.
Give me a strength saving throw.
Yeah, I was gonna say I will hold on to it, but I am still holding on to my sword.
Go over the sword, man.
You said strength saving? That's a 19 total.
A 19 total. You do not move.
Redric, are you outside?
I'm inside right now.
Okay, I'm gonna
Take
go
the
back
rope
in.
and
I'm just
Velkin.
gonna.
I tie it around Eggval, and I just kind of point at the rope to the outside at I was looking at Isaiah.
Redric,
Isaiah's in
grab
the
him.
middle of a ritual, so
Yeah, I was.
And
I
then
was
Reg, I pointed to
Yeah.
Redric. I pointed to
Yeah.
Redric.
Me and Redric
We're both gonna
try and double team this.
just pull him.
if you tell Ook, he will help. He knows to
not?
follow you guys.
Yeah,
More
sure.
the merrier.
All right.
All
Athletics
three of us
have
Redric and
advantage, or both of you can roll separately. It's up to you.
I got a +7. What do you want to do?
You can roll. That's better than me.
Yikes.
At advantage.
At advantage is not bad. 21.
21. That's enough. You yank Egg. Between you, Ook, and Redric. You pull him off. The sword, he releases it. The sword you see into the
Moving-
abyss.
Moving at a quick
Yikes.
speed. Just like
No.
Oh, really slow. Okay.
You are unfrozen as soon as you let go of the sword. You fall back into your companions. You all fall to the ground and almost schedule
Egg, leave it.
slide off the opposite edge before you have to stop yourself.
Oh.
Only a sword egg. It's okay.
That's scary.
I want to test
happened to you?
something.
Falcon, roll me
It's-
another wisdom saving throw.
Oh shit. She's
It's-
still standing in there thinking about stuff.
I need Ren. Isaiah, are you in there? You are in there.
No, Isaiah's
you're not.
outside casting detect magic.
Ren, you left Cassis and came back. Ren and Eggval also need to give me one.
I'm sorry. What?
Wisdom saving throw.
Hey.
Plus
It.
15 for me.
I rolled the 9.
And I got a 1.
Oh, no.
Falcon forgot who
I
she
forget how to breathe.
You have memories of these people that just saved this large man. But you don't remember their names either.
Jesus.
You no longer remember Eggval, Redric, or Calder.
Okay, she's kind of you see Velka, she's still in there, and she looks very confused as she's like looking at you guys, and she says, "Red-haired one," she says telepathically to Calder. I'm going to stand right by the door. I want to check something with my magic. But what happened to Egg might happen to me, so I just need you to be prepared and save me if I need it.
But the funny thing is, you have memories of everything that you've done with them, but you do not remember their names.
Yeah.
Eggval, you do not know who Calder is
He doesn't like at all.
at all.
If Egg...
Red-haired one.
Wait.
And then Vulcan's
wait.
going to try casting Chronal Shift on her. Or not Chronal Shift. Gift of Alacrity on herself. It's a it's a chronomancy spell. That's why she wants to try it. But she doesn't know if it's going to have the same effect as Chronal Shift, which is why she wants to try it out.
Okay.
Wait,
Give me good. Hold on. Just give me a general intelligence saving throw.
Okay.
and you said I forgot who? Redric?
No, Calder.
Calder. Okay, that's what I thought.
I got a 24 on that one.
It works perfectly fine.
Okay. And then she'll step out and leave the area. Does she remember who they are when she exits?
You look. No.
Oh my god.
Alright.
This is so bad.
Oblivious of that, I'm just gonna say, alright. I don't know what the fuck is happening here, but before what happens to Egg happens again, everyone out. Just get the fuck out.
Yeah, let's
One-
regroup.
One real quick test before I leave. Given his sword stopped as like outside the boundary of the path or whatever, I'm gonna just pull a javelin and just like jab, but stay over the golden path, not out into space.
Why would you do this?
Okay.
Because I
Roll
want
me
to
an
know if
attack.
it happens in here, period, or if it's only out like in the space outside of the path.
Okay.
Roll me
You
an
said an attack?
Yep.
Yeah, real bad. +7. 12.
Okay. Roll me damage.
Okay.
Stab yourself.
Right. Oh, geez. 10.
So you're not crossing the threshold of the path, correct?
Correct. Staying over the golden path.
You're good.
Operates as normal.
Yep.
Okay.
I guess right now, I'm just kind of looking at Calder, sort of like confused, just sort of kind of like pointing and.
Come on, April. We
Listen,
gotta get out.
let's go. Come on.
Yeah.
We
But-
can
I'm
question
going
stuff
out.
later, Egg. Come on, we can figure it out later.
Out.
But
I'm gonna kind of just like
Egg,
grab
come
him
on.
by the shoulder a little bit.
He's like kind of in my
Yeah,
arms
Egg is
anyway.
pushing him
after
very
the whole
ineffectually.
cooling thing.
if you're gonna touch me, I'm gonna pull away.
Egg.
We
Who are
gotta
you?
get out.
I don't know who you are.
Egg,
Well-
come
Their
on.
friend.
We gotta go.
You recognize
Calder.
What do
everybody
you
else.
mean?
Well, it's Calder.
I
Egg,
don't.
come on, let's talk about it outside. Please.
Calder?
Fucking
I'm-
hell.
I'm
Come
backing
get
towards
out.
the
We'll,
door.
Yeah,
we'll figure
I'm-
it out later.
I have
I'll explain
both of Egg's
everything.
hands in
Egg.
mine,
Come
and
on,
I'm just
let's
like,
go,
come
let's
on.
go.
Walking backwards.
Okay. All right. Okay. And what is it? I'll follow. I'll let Ren lead me out.
And you all exit. Your ears kind of ringing, the pressure leaving.
I hope to Christ, whoever that is, that the effects in there are not the whole damn area beyond that door. I hope it is a small section because it's bad.
Has it been 10 minutes yet?
It has been. It's been past 10 minutes. Sorry.
Uh.
Just gotta give me a reminder with that kind of stuff.
Yep.
Detect
just-
magic.
Sorry.
You see the seals on the door glow. But anything beyond it, you don't see any magical effect.
I walked away to change for 5 fucking minutes. What happened?
It's fucked up in there.
Egg, are you all right?
I guess you have an answer. I'll kind of like look to you, and then just sort of kind of like point with my thumb towards who I don't know is Calder.
Who is that? Did you pick him up along the way?
April, this is not
Egg.
a ha funny time for jokes, really.
Wait, Calder, just wait. He's confused.
I don't think he's
Egg.
joking.
We've known Calder the whole time. You've known Calder as long as you've known me.
I mean, so I know there was me, and then the rest of you, and Adlith over at the town, and then we went to the forest, and then we came out, and then Adlith left,
And then we started coming over here.
Do you remember
When
the
did-
tree? Do you remember the big tree? The big walking tree. Do you remember that?
Do you mean the one?
Or
Do you mean
earlier
the one
today,
before?
or yesterday?
Just
Well-
yeah, earlier today. You remember why we
Well,
went
that was
there,
like 3
right?
days ago. Never mind. Jeez.
Well,
Oh yeah, that was
I-
2 days ago.
I know. So I know that Miso was leading us there, and Miso swam in the water.
Right,
and
but
then once
you remember
Miso-
why we went.
Well, I know that when Miso got in the water, a little while later the tree became alive and started to walk away.
Right, but Egg,
But I don't know why it started to walk. I thought
you don't know why we went?
Do you know why
To
we
find the
went?
tree in the first
Yeah.
place?
because Miso was leading us.
But why?
Miso got in the
We
Miso
asked
got
him
in
to,
the water
remember?
and the tree got up and walked away.
What
Hey,
the
Paul.
Because we
fuck
had
is
to
going
help
on?
Calder.
Big ball.
I don't know who that is.
Big
What's
ball.
happening? I don't know
We-
who he is. Am I
Look at
supposed to
me.
know who he is?
Yeah.
You made me
Yeah.
a lemon cake like my mother used to. We had conversations about your father. You don't remember? any of
Okay.
that?
I'm sorry, real quick, just out of character right now. I want to cry, but that's beside the point. So sorry, back in character. Wait, you like lemon cakes?
Yes, I do.
Okay. Wait, I'm sorry. What's your name?
Calder, hang on a second. Egg.
Calder?
2 seconds. Calder, just Elkin. What's my name?
Do I remember Cassis's name?
Good point. What's my
Hmm.
name? I point to
Uh,
Vulcan also.
Falcon's looking at everyone and she's like, all right. She points to Calder. You're the one with the nice body. Points to Ren. You can talk in people's minds. Points to Cassis. You're gay. Turns to Egg and says,
You remembers
you
Hardcastle's
make
ass.
you make good food. Turns to Isaiah. You're really smart. And then turns to Redric and says, I stole your money. And that's all I know.
What?
Not now.
Hold on.
Not now.
We will get back to this, but
It's not like Falcon to forget shit.
I know who you are. I know everything I've done with you. I just don't know your names.
did she forget everyone's
that's-
name, or just the people that were in there with her? Because she might still know Isaiah's.
Oh, sure.
Wait, say that again. Sorry.
Did Velkin forget everyone's name, or just the people that went in with her? Because she might still know
She
Isaiah's.
no longer remembers Eggball, Calder, Cassis, Redric.
Okay, so she
Okay.
knows Ren and Isaiah. Okay, so she
Correct.
should point out that. I know these two. And again, I know all of you. No, I've been with you for a
Okay,
while.
so there's another hinky thing that goes on in that tunnel of where memory tends to be erased.
Yeah,
Why
y'all
would they
still
act
think
it
it's a good
differently?
idea to go in there?
Just waiting on a better choice. You think of one, let us know. But if not, can you stop bitching about it, please? Because it's kind of getting tiresome.
I mean,
Damn.
as
Oh,
everybody, as
She wasn't
everybody
nice
was
about it,
thinking-
but she's right.
Sorry.
as
I'm
everybody
little
is
stressed out.
distracted with this conversation, Felkin probably points out Isaiah doing this whole name thing, and you probably realize he walked in with a couple of torches and is chucking him farther and farther down the hall.
Oh,
Just regular old torches. He's just chucking them to see couple down the hall as far as he can, and then one or two to each side, and one up to the ceiling.
So the ones that you throw down, they hit the ground. They roll about 20 or 30 feet ahead of you. The ones you throw to the side, the ones you throw up, all stop.
Do they illuminate the side at all? Can I see it better?
You just see the flame. And when it was wisping at one point, crackling, it stopped. Before eventually...
All right, he'll walk back out.
Question.
And
I
oh,
also have a
did the
question.
detect magic do anything while it was in there?
That was my question.
Not.
Yep.
So I'm sorry. I guess I know you have a question. Unknown named person who I've never met before. But
We
so
talked about our parents.
I don't know who you are. So I no longer have a longsword. My longsword is now just kind of floating in space.
In space.
Correct.
That fucking okay, cool. That is all. Thank you very much.
These
Have
are
a
good
great day.
times.
I don't forget
Mm.
mine, but it's melted in half.
Miso.
It's like
The
this.
only people who were affected were the ones who were fucking with the space beyond the path, correct?
No, it's
think so.
it's how long you're in there.
Well, I was in there at least as long as Velkin's first saving throw, and I didn't have to make one. And I don't know if that you did either, did you?
Was
I made
possibly
one.
not myself.
Velkin though tried to fuck with time while she was in there.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I was
Velkin
trying to get
touched
at,
the
was
side.
maybe the people who were fucking with the stuff outside. And you threw your dagger beyond it, so maybe that was that.
But the dagger moved normally.
Yeah.
The
Well,
dagger moved
here's the
normally,
thing, though.
but
If
she
I
still
threw it into
affected
the
things
void-
beyond.
Egg, technically, his longsword did the same thing. It eventually floated off.
Oh.
I just let it go, so of course
Actually-
it went.
That's a good point. Did the psionic dagger go past the wall moving normally?
Yes, until it got out of its range and evaporated.
So everything about the psionic dagger was normal.
Yes.
I-
But it was normal, mundane items and any magic.
I'm just theorizing that maybe the people who interacted beyond the boundary are the ones who are losing their memories.
Maybe.
So
I fired my gun. I fired bullets, which is
Yeah.
magically charged, and I was fine.
It's above board, but Evan literally
True.
said, "Oh, you went out and then you came back in, so you don't have to make one." So,
Your bullet also stopped though,
Yes.
same
Bullet
as
stop.
everything else. Okay. Two things. First, unless we figure something out, I am not going in there. Because I would
Seconded.
take Ook with me. Second, Miso, you little shit, how far does this go?
You see him kind of standing behind all of you.
Pretty far. Long, long, long staircase downward.
And the whole thing's all fucked up like that.
Yeah.
Everywhere
So-
down there.
Miso, was your name always Miso, or do you remember any of your friends' names or anything like that?
Miso's always been Miso. Friends. Too long of time. Miso no remember.
Okay.
Do you remember anything from before you went in the door?
Miso remember some stuff.
I mean, random guy has a point. What do you remember?
Miso remember other Misos, lots of trees.
Do you remember anything about other Misos? Names, what they liked, what they did?
Miso think about it, no.
Did you have parents?
Well, Miso wouldn't be here for your parents, big old man.
Did you have parents after you were born or just to birth you?
Miso thinks so.
You
Okay.
remember parents' name? Where they are?
What they
Oh.
looked like?
Miso just assumed they left when Miso was little Miso.
Oh.
Hey, Velkin, there's one thing we haven't tried just yet.
All right. What is that?
Yorns, your flying kitty friend.
Do I remember yours?
You do.
Ah, yeah.
We've tried randomly chucking stuff, magic, weapons, whatever it may be, through that darkness. Yorns just trot his little way through it and see what happens.
Yeah, I can see that. I can send him about 100 feet in
That's
before I can't see through his
great.
vision. Alright. And Vulcan, like, opens her bag and just lifts Eorance out by the scruff. He just
Eat 'em.
chills in there and says,
Ow.
hello, buddy. I need you to go and scout again. And she's going to, like, put him down and point towards the...
You see him stretch a real long stretch. He shakes a little bit. You see the wings kind of come out, and then he come back in. He looks back at you. Looks
Give
back
you
in
a
there.
treat. I'll give you a treat.
He flies in. Goes down the path. Where exactly are you sending him?
Okay, so she's gonna send him to the end of the road first.
Okay.
And have him kind of look out. I'm just gonna throw this out there. I don't know if it'll mean anything. He does have the ability, detect invisibility,
Okay.
just automatically. So anything within 60 feet of him that's magically invisible can't hide from him. And the other thing that's weird that he has is he has poison sense. So I'm just gonna throw that out there as well. And then
Just in case.
so he's gonna trot to the end of the thing and wait for a moment, and if he doesn't see anything, he's just going to continue forward past the
Okay.
golden part.
So give me a perception check with him. So he goes about 100 feet until you realize that he's going to stop.
Okay.
And funny enough, it is 100 feet until he gets to a little corner, like a square. Before he looks to his left, stairs begin to descend, with no more than a 1 foot railing on each side of you.
Okay. I got a 16 on the dice, plus 5. So just 1 second. Sorry.
A 21.
Yeah, sorry. My
So
phone
you
was
see him, you're all good. He hops up onto the little ledge. And he looks down. You can see gold slowly descending as far as he can see. Stairs that wrap on one another.
So it's just a gold set of stairs.
Into darkness.
Okay.
Almost like as if they're just straight down.
Is the space still like beyond the stairs?
Nothing surrounds it.
Okay.
He does see one other thing.
Oh.
Movement for a brief second. Way out in the distance. Something almost serpent-like. You almost see before it disappears in the darkness.
like
questions.
beyond the path.
Yes. Not down, but he kind of like, as he looks up, you see it.
Okay, 2 questions. Is it like the golden dragon that Velkin has seen multiple occasions?
The one that like was on Cassis's shoulder?
Yeah.
Much larger,
Much larger. Okay.
but similar.
Second question. Can Eorn sense that it was invisible and they saw it, or it is a visible creature?
It was visible.
Okay. So, and how much further out was it from where Eorn stands?
It's hard to tell. Distance is almost impossible to read looking out into the darkness. If you would guess, if you were drawing a straight line, a few 100 feet.
Okay. Velkin will dismiss Eorns and bring him back to her. And you see Velkin blinks, and she's had the cat, like the glowing cat eyes for a minute, as she's been in Eorns' vision, and they kind of fade and the red returns. And she says, so, few things. He went in about 100 feet and was able to look down, and there was a golden staircase descending far downwards. That was about, like, that was at the edge of his vision, about 100 feet. Then, as he was looking back up, there was a serpent creature kind of in the darkness, large. They didn't attack, nothing like that, but
You get a color on it?
Nothing but just the dark
Shape.
image of it.
No, just more like, you know, when you see something kind of swimming through dark water and you know that something's down there by the way it moves, but you don't know what it is. It's kind of like
Right.
that. So yeah, it's about 100 feet towards the stairs that I'm guessing that Miso was explaining. But there is stuff in the space around you when you're in there.
Even scarier.
I guess what I'm saying is once we go in, if we go in, we aren't alone.
Oh. Go ahead.
Calder, Redric, could you give me a hand real quick?
What with?
I think if Jorns can do it, I want to see if Ook can. If you could just take a rope just to get him out, if something.
Wait, just to throw this out there, do we think it's a great idea to send a blue flame that we don't really understand into a space that we don't really understand?
If we're going that way, he's coming with.
Gonna happen now or later.
Both
Yeah.
excellent points.
What he said,
Ook.
pointing to unknown person.
We have told you my name a handful of times.
I'm still not sure who you are. I don't know if it's good to remember
danger.
your name.
Sure.
Yeah, what
Stranger,
a
yeah.
disembodied voice from the door said.
I know about your father, but stranger danger. That's all right.
For sure. Stranger danger.
Isaiah, you wanna?
Yeah,
Thank you,
so
Mom.
we'll tie the rope. We'll tie the middle of the rope around Ook and have either end with Redric and Calder, and I'll set him up so that he's facing me outside, but like directly center on the golden path, and tell him to just walk directly backward 15 feet.
We'll hang on to the rope.
Yep.
Trots on. And as he enters, he freezes for a moment. And then he continues on and turns and sits next to you. Or not next to you, but facing you now.
Is there any change in the flame?
Perception
Or
check.
the glow? Oh, that's actually not bad. Oh yeah, -1. 15.
Nothing you can tell. At least from this distance.
I'll wave him to come back out.
He hops back out.
Wait. I didn't tell him to sit down. Did his movement... No, this is going to be weird. Does his movement look more fluid inside than outside?
No.
Okay.
Seems unaffected.
All right. Well,
Any bright ideas for how to
below.
protect ourselves going through that?
At this point, it's beginning to get dark. The golden path almost disappears beyond the door. Barely just see it at the entrance.
Okay, does it look, is it like the path is vanishing with the sun, or is it like just getting dark so it's harder to see? Can I tell the difference?
I do have 2 lit torches just guttering out on the golden path.
It's true.
Indeed. On the path, you see in the distance 2 firelight. 2 sources of firelight. But from there to the edge of where the sun is barely just reaching the entrance to the doorway, it's all darkness. It's almost like it's cut off in a way.
So there's no path at all where there's no sunlight, pretty much.
Correct.
All right. Well, we figured something out.
I'm just gonna whisper to Ren, so we shouldn't be worried about Him pointing to
I-
Calder.
He's saved all of our lives multiple times.
Really?
Oh, yeah. You've saved his
No.
life, too. You care about
I-
him a lot, Egg.
I think I would have remembered that. I think I would have remembered him if that happened.
Well, do you trust me?
I mean, yeah, but
You trust everybody else, right? Because we're all saying the same thing. It's this
But-
place. It did something to you.
I mean, I have no problem talking to strangers, but also if someone just randomly appears, I don't know if that's okay.
He's been here the whole time, Egg. I promise you.
Wait. So since Hardcastle or the forest or
Literally, we all met on the same day. You remember the imp fight, right? When it all started, when we
Oh.
became friends?
Oh, wait, hold on. Did he have some of my stew over there?
Yeah, I think so. Probably. He's eaten a lot of your food. He really likes it. Right, Calder? You love eggs cooking.
Yeah, I do.
We all do. Calder especially, though. He eats a lot because he's so big.
I remember that there was
Eat a lot of protein.
I remember that there was a mom.
That's why you fart in your
And-
sleep.
I remember that there was a mother and their child who came here for soup, but they didn't get any. And I think you had some of my stew too.
I did. That's how we met. 3
I don't-
weeks ago.
I don't think he's ever had any of my stew though. I would definitely remember if someone had my stew and if they said they liked it.
Egg.
You're just gonna have to
Egg.
take my word for it, buddy. Speaking of dinner, let's do that.
Yeah. Hey, Egg, I think you have had a bit of a day. How about you just kind of bed down, get some rest? We can kind of tackle this again in the morning.
Quick idea, just while we're here.
Okay.
Seems to be getting darker in there as it gets darker out here. Now, maybe that's as simple as less light here, so less light there, or maybe it's safer or more solid in there when the sun is high. So maybe when we go back in, we wait for midday.
I was thinking the same thing.
And we move fast.
I don't think Mizo wants to go anymore.
No, we had a deal, Mizo. You take us to the gate. You get all the shinies you want. You stick to your word, remember?
Hey, maybe if it screwed you up in the first place, it'll fix you going back through it the other way.
He sighs deeply.
Wait, so if Miso screwed up, does that mean I'm screwed up?
Oh, no, 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 no. No, no. We're overtired. We're all tired. We all just gotta get some rest. In the morning, in the afternoon, we'll sprint like hell through that thing to get to the gate.
DM, I just want to check, like, at this point we are like far from the forest, right? I'm
Yeah.
assuming.
Yeah.
Damn. I just kind of like looks off the top of the platform in the distance to what looks like now just these sort of like little brocolies that might be probably the forest. Do we have anything to make a fire? I don't want to make some. I feel uncomfortable.
Fire? Yes, we have many ways of making fire.
Okay, can we do that, please? I want to just make something.
A fireball? Coming right in.
But
Let's move a little away from this opening, just in case whatever Bjorn saw isn't bound by the gate.
Okay.
I mean, I guess I could at least try one more time. I'll call out time again in Dwarvish, see if the door closes this time, since it's getting dark.
It does not.
Well,
Can anyone make sunlight? I don't know how that works.
I can make radiant light, but not.
I can make radiant light myself. That's
not
about
specifically sunlight.
Could we
Do you
try
have a
that?
torch?
I'll draw my sword and cast light.
Stick it in.
Sure, why not?
It lights up the path. As far as it radiates, no further.
Does it seem to do better than like Vulcan's globules or the torches? Or just kind of the same?
Same.
Okay.
But it doesn't. It's only the distance is only as much as it emits bright light. By the way, it doesn't go.
So the dim
Beyond that.
light radius is just like nothing.
Correct.
Okay. Interesting.
That's a neat trick you got. Can you do that all the time?
Yes, egg ball
Jeez.
I mean, if you
That-
stay with the group, that might be pretty cool.
I can. I'll
Wait,
put
okay,
the
so-
light out and sheath the sword again.
The way that you described the light just now, was it, sorry, I was in my head. Did the light radiate or did it?
Only bright.
Well-
The dim radius
Feet.
did not.
Right.
It's 10
Okay.
feet for the bright light, and then it's for 20 feet,
Oh,
that's
and
the
then-
dim light.
So kind of reminiscent maybe of what Ren noticed when they entered the woods in the first place?
Very similar.
I'll point that out. It's just stronger, maybe. Do you think time started moving differently the second we got in the forest?
Not like this. I mean,
Well,
we
yeah,
have.
but it would be closer to the epicenter, stronger force, maybe.
I don't know. It seems like through that gate is its own beast.
Yeah, I just think maybe the force is radiating out further.
I mean,
Well,
y'all have been using magic, right? Out here, not in the gate, and it works fine.
Yeah, exactly. It works fine. No weird side effects yet.
It might be whatever started that forest. We already mentioned it looked like the trees were intentionally placed. Whatever started that might have come through, come out, or be a part of
Yeah.
whatever the fuck is going on in there.
That protector might be from somewhere else.
Yeah,
Maybe he
speaking
came
of the
through gate
protector,
The first time it opened.
the reason that I asked about the dead dragon, I know that seemed really weird, but when we were waiting, I remembered a conversation that Addie and I had once. She told me that when we met Cade Snow, she met an elven woman in the Arrow, and the elven woman was asking her if she had ever seen a walking tree or a skinless dragon. And so we met the walking tree, and dragons obviously are involved somehow.
And what
An
makes you
undead
say
dragon. I don't know, just a
God.
hunch.
Dragons fucking everywhere.
Since dragons are normally scaled, would a skinless dragon just be
I
Redric?
can't remember if she said skinless or just undead.
No.
But regardless, it was fucky.
Well,
And we know that there were at least two of those creatures. And one of them's dead or corrupted or something. When Kate comes back, I want to know whether or not Velkin knows anything about a skinless dragon and moving trees connected.
maybe. I mean, if the orcs were placed here by a god, theoretically, and charged to look over this.
Not necessarily placed, but charged.
Well, yes, but they were charged here, but before that, the dwarves were here. Theoretically, they weren't just camped outside. Right. Maybe the tree is another similar guard
I
that would slow down anything coming out.
was thinking about it too, and that guy from the order or whatever said that like this gate wasn't the only gate of its type. Like all different cultures used to have them. But the dwarves dug too deep, is what the orc said. And then somehow the elves got blamed for it all. I need my crazy board to make the connections.
Random guy, do you know anything about this? Anything sound familiar?
Egg, I know you're having problems with this, but please you can call him Calder. It is okay. Swear to you, it's okay to call him Calder.
You've been calling him
Okay.
Calder for weeks.
Well,
I-
I was just going to say at this point it's getting a bit disrespectful. Keep calling him Nameless Guy.
Yeah, that's true. I'm sorry, Mr. Calder. Sorry, Calder.
It's all right, Egg. No, I just know what you know.
Oh.
I was thinking
Wait,
about
you-
it too. Go ahead.
Do you know where I'm from? If you know what I know?
I mean, about this.
That was a joke.
Ah,
I sometimes make jokes. You'll get that when you hang out around with us more often.
girl will.
My heart breaks, anyways.
Calder's like genuinely a little sad.
Egg, no, it's gonna make you feel better. How about we get that fire going so you can make some food? How's that?
Oh
sound?
yeah. Okay, so who can make the fire? Someone said they can make fire?
I can make fire, and just gotta point me to where you want to have the fire.
I mean, I guess.
Kindling. Yeah.
Well, I
Or
don't.
like desert brush that you can find.
Yeah. But I guess so. Are we bedding down over here? Or are we going closer to the stairs?
Let's back off from the gate at least a little bit.
All right. I guess let's go closer to the stairs so we can look at the gate and then look down the stairs. So maybe more over here. Just kind of like point to the area close to the stairs.
Sure. Why not?
You guys,
Have you build a fire? Build all the fire where you want to make something, and I'll light it up when you're ready.
Okay, cool. Sounds good. And I'm just gonna go take a little jaunty walk down the stairs to try to collect some desert brush and such to make at least the startings of a fire to cook
Okay.
food.
Y'all
Easy
can,
enough.
Y'all can go ahead. I'll catch up in a minute.
Okay.
I mean, I was gonna kind of, and it's fine. I'll go over there.
You're
Yeah,
welcome
I'm-
to stay too, if you want.
I'm gonna go for a little walk. I'll be back. Yeah, nowhere far.
We're connected, so just holler if you need anything.
Gotcha.
DM, from outside the door, can we see like the stars within?
Yeah.
I'm gonna go just kind of directly in front of the opening and draw my father's sword and flip it around and look into the dark pommel at the stars within and kind of look at the stars inside the gate. Sit down on the ground. Is it like kind of dirt path here?
Yeah, dirt, but it's stone as well. It's just sandy stone.
Okay. See if I can. Is there like a spot? I don't know, like a crack or something that I can stick the sword into the ground?
Sure.
Okay. I'll do that so I can see the stars in the pommel and the stars in the gate. And I'm gonna pull out a pen and ink and a little piece of paper and take my shield off my back and kind of unwrinkle the paper, spread it out on the shield, and start writing.
Isaiah, are you doing anything specific?
As he starts writing, he probably hears a nice, consistent ding, ding, ding as I get back to work.
Okay.
Keeping half an eye on him in the gate, but still trying to get something done.
Mizo helps you build the fire a little bit. He gathers some of the brush. I'm assuming Cass is probably helping too. Redric, where are you walking off to?
I want to find like the orcs camp, or like they have like tents somewhere, right? Or like
Yeah,
where they used
they're
to
actually
be.
scattered and sort of half torn down. There's remnants of what they left. They didn't leave their tents really, but it seems like they gathered the majority of their stuff. But there's still some signs of them living here.
Okay, I want to see if I can. Well, main goal is to find like some kind of altar to the god Utu, or some symbology or something related to him that might have just gotten left behind or dropped or whatever it might be.
Let's give me a investigation actually.
Okay. I completely forget what my investigation score is. That's a 10.
10. You don't find any remnants or any signs. Except a small little bowl. You see a necklace. A small little scimitar. Carved out of wood. If that resembles Utu or not, you're not sure.
Does it have any, like, sun symbology on it or anything like that? Just a little scimitar?
Nope. Just a little scimitar. Wrapped on some rope. Not rope, but, leather.
Well, I'll take it anyway. Just kind of, like, sit down. Just like, Utu, I don't know if you're listening, if this is how that works. This is even your necklace. It's just something I'm holding like an idiot. But I need to know that I really shouldn't go in there. I know what your chieftain, or didn't really give a title, said, but they need someone. I don't know if it's me. I don't know if I should be in there, but they need someone with them. And I just want to make sure that not going in there is the right choice. So if you're listening, I know this is kind of your whole thing. You could stop me now if I'm making a big mistake. But I don't know. I don't want to fuck this up. Just kind of like sit and wait there and see if anything happens for a second.
Nothing.
I'll give it a little bit, but just kind of take the scimitar and like wrap it up and just like put it in my pocket, like fuck. And I'll probably look around and like kick some stuff over, like any leftover like bowls and stuff, see if I can find anything else, but that's what I spend the rest of my little walk doing.
Okay. You do not, unfortunately. No symbology.
I'm also
of the
like
sun or the god.
I feel like painted on a wall, maybe. I don't know. But no. That's all.
Nothing.
Alright.
What are the rest of you doing for the evening?
Well, once the fire's all ready to go, I'll cast a fire bolt and light it that way.
It ignites. Small pile of brush that you have gathered to start this fire.
Egg, go ahead and do your magic, so to speak.
I don't really have much outside of kind of something I would have made the other day. Yeah, that's kind of it. I think I'm
just gonna do what makes you feel happy, even if it's not the greatest meal or anything like that. I know you're just kind of, your headspace is a little foggy. Just take some time and do what you know, what you enjoy, to kind of make you feel yourself a little better.
Bryn's just sitting a little ways away from the party, like 10, 15 feet, just perched on one of the rocks, just thinking about the different connections, or what the connections could be.
Okay.
I'm probably gonna, instead of trying to like make a stew in my pot, instead I'm gonna try, though it's a pot, I'm gonna try to use it a bit more as kind of like a, just like a super like long-sided pan, if I can. Oh, well, I guess maybe not pan, but instead of making stew, I guess I'm gonna try to make some type of like super basic, not really like well seasoned. Because all I really have on me at the moment is kind of like maybe like a little salt, a little pepper, and then like maybe like a couple chili peppers. So some type of like probably like really spicy, like
Water.
sauteed up like water.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah, I was
that's
like,
all you got me. You just said salt, spice, pepper, and chilies. That's all you
oh
got me.
yeah, sorry. Yeah, no, I wasn't done. And then
Okay.
I guess some like rations, and then added water just to try to hydrate it a little bit,
Sure.
just to try to make something fucking different outside
Beef
of just,
jerky, spicy beef jerky stew. I like it.
Yeah, sure, whatever, fuck it. I don't know.
Sauteed beef jerky.
There you go.
Crumble up some hardtack, make a roux.
Yeah,
So,
sure, whatever.
I rolled the Arcana check for Velkin to answer your question about undead dragons, and what was the other thing that you had asked? Big trees, correct?
Yeah, the undead dragons and the protectors. Moving trees in general.
So what she does know is that a dragon's being, I guess, the soul of a dragon, is kind of rare. It's a rare being. It sits on a different kind of level, almost in a divine way, if that makes sense. Even though they are mortal, their bloodlines and the way they were created, they sit above most mortals. Some even reaching the divine realm and beyond. So, to make something undead would be to use some form of necromancy to create an undead creature. But for someone to have the ability to be able to do that to a dragon is unheard of.
Okay.
The only thing she's heard of these type of protectors is in the northern Charlnwood. There used to be treants that roamed the land. Nothing ever rumored that large. But that's the only kind of connection similarity she pulls out of that question.
Okay. The did we ever mention the name Bethula de Velkin?
I do not believe so.
Okay. In this, in that conversation, and we can stick a pin in it if we need to, but in that conversation, when Velkin says that, Ren will be, well, what about that rogue wizard? The one that caused all the trouble, the one that might be the entity, Bethula. Could he, or they, whatever it was, have possibly been that powerful?
He's heard stories of him, but nothing but real rumors and readings. Nothing mentions him being as powerful enough to create a dragon or make a dragon undead.
Okay. With that in mind, and with what I already discerned from the mural, I'm just gonna comb over it, not bothering Calder or Isaiah, but I'm just gonna kind of come over it and see if I notice any figures in it that I might think might be overly interested in, like a dead dragon.
Give me an investigation check.
Okay. 12. right? That's a 4. That's a 4. Fuck, 12.
You really don't find anything that you're looking for. Though every time you look, you see a new scene. It's almost like there's so much stuff and so much history happening on this wall that every time you would look at it, you find something new.
Okay.
So it's hard to pinpoint something like that.
Okay.
Eventually the night comes. Watch is being had, I'm assuming, correct?
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
I'm go.
Um,
I will take the last watch, so I can catch the sunrise and kind of do that whole thing I did before again with the
Yeah.
scimitar.
Ren's also going to take last watch because she wants to look at it when the sun starts to rise.
After an hour or so of the writing, I'll kind of just tap the orb on the hilt of the sword with the quill. I'm ready anytime you are. Put all my stuff away. Kind of look at the paper for a minute. Fold it up. Stick it underneath my chainmail. And sheathe the sword and head back to camp. And I will offer to take first watch.
okay.
I'll take first watch as well.
Isaiah will continue to work again.
Throughout the night?
Yep.
Okay. I will need a constitution saving throw from you.
Oh, buddy. We're about to walk into hell tomorrow. You sure?
I know, right?
It's only ability checks.
Only.
Yeah.
Oh,
Hey,
famous
that's
last words.
15.
Okay. You are not exhausted, but you are tired.
Yep.
Throughout the night, you were undisturbed. Nothing bothers you. Mizo does stay up a lot longer than he usually does, nervously pacing back and forth, avoiding the entryway to the door as much as he can, before eventually finding himself asleep as well. During the third watch, Ren and Redric, you wait. Eventually, the sun appears over the ridge, kind of behind you. So you don't see it initially. You just see the glow of the morning sun begin to rise. What did you want to do specifically?
Ren's just looking at it again. She's just taking more time to study it. So if that can just be narrative at this point.
Okay. Give me one more investigation check.
Okay. Which one of you bitches isn't going to betray me?
While she's doing that, Redric, go ahead.
Yeah, when she goes off to look in the gate, I'm just gonna stay behind and, like I said, just kind of try that same. Utu, I would really appreciate a sign. if anything, I want to go in with them, but not without you telling me it's okay first.
21 on
wait.
investigation.
As you sit there, the light, the sun, peeks up over the ridge. Almost as if for a moment you think it's shining on your hand, but then you realize, kind of follow it, kind of get excited for a moment, like, did I really do that? And you kind of look around, and you see the light begin to creep in to the doorway and illuminate the path. Slowly but surely. 21?
21.
Your investigation kind of leads you back to the original scene that you had seen him. You kind of step back from the dragon for a moment. You begin to piece together that this beast, something different about it. Because as you get closer and closer, you see other dragons almost under its command, in a way. Meaning, As you got closer and closer, you began to see more and more dragons here, 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 in different types of battles. It's not the same dragon. It's not the big dragon as you stand further back. Multiple different shapes, sizes. You would imagine different colors. You're not sure. Then you get to the dragon's eye once more, in the picture of the 3 people standing on the conquered beast. Man, that looks familiar.
Oh yeah, the form in the middle, I think I've already connected, looks like Redric's form when
Indeed.
he's changed, right? Yeah. Um. Anything else?
That's it.
Okay. Do any of the dragons that I noticed? I know that you said that they all kind of seemed to possibly under the command or the umbrella of the big dragon. Do any of them seem to be working coordinatedly? Like, are there multiple dragons in any of the scenes?
Every single one of the scenes is its own separate entity.
Okay. All right. After that, then, like confirming to myself, like, yeah, that's definitely fucking looks like red. I'm gonna walk back up and find him and say, "Hey, can I show you something?"
It's funny because I was gonna say if nothing happens, I'm gonna go up there and find Ren. But
Meet in the middle.
yeah. Hey, anything different with the sun?
I mean, the path's back, but I noticed something yesterday, and I wanted to tell you, and I thought maybe you wouldn't want everybody to know just yet, so I figured I'd let you see first.
Sure.
Come on. And I'll walk over there, and I'll point the scene out to him. See the figure in the middle? Look familiar?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yep.
Well,
No idea what that means. Fuck.
looks like somebody like you killed a dragon. A really, really big fucking dragon.
Yeah. That's a lot. And that guy doesn't look like he's, I don't know, freaking out, attacking
Yeah.
everything he can see. He's pretty calm and collected. Yeah.
Well, so were you yesterday.
I can't do that though. That wasn't, I don't know, whatever that orc guy chieftain did, that was him. That wasn't me.
You sure about that?
Pretty
I mean, he
bad.
seemed to have the power to like fry you pretty good, but he wasn't really great with people. So I don't know if he like tamed anything in your mind. I feel like that might be on you.
I don't know.
Maybe you should practice like in a controlled circumstance, like not in the heat of battle, but like maybe like try to shift when Calder's awake to kill you if he needs to.
Okay, when is our next controlled circumstance?
Well, we're not going in until midday. We could try it out this morning. And I was thinking, you've got family, right?
Yes.
Well, maybe tell me a couple of names, and if you lose control, I mean, I don't know if this will work, but I could talk in your mind and remind you of them, and maybe you could come back to yourself.
I don't know. I don't like it.
Why?
I don't like getting them involved with whatever the fuck's going on here.
All right. I won't tell anyone their names. I'll keep them to myself, and I'll take them to my grave if I have to. I promise. And if it helps, I can tell you a secret.
Fine, fuck it. You first, though.
All right. And she'll like take half a step back and be like, really fucking trusting you with this one, bud. Considering your job, but I am on the run from the 5 blades.
What?
Yeah.
Fuck did
Your
you
turn.
do? What did you do to piss off the 5 blades?
Yeah, I don't really know. I think it was maybe my dad. Because I was just a dressmaker, so I didn't do shit. But yeah, they want me dead, so there's that.
Fuck. You don't mess with them. That's
I
rule
didn't
number
try to.
1 in Arabar.
Was not my intention.
Fuck. Alright. It's only fair. Elena.
Okay. All right. If you need to be reminded, anything else?
And this doesn't get out. Elena. And the kids.
Just gonna give you like a yours.
Not what you think, but Elena and the kids.
Fair enough. All right.
Alright.
I guess we should wake the others up.
Yeah, it's getting to be that time.
Although I guess we're not moving until midday, so I guess we can let them sleep in. And I'm. Oh,
We're gonna
by the
need
way, by the way, we said this quiet enough so that Isaiah didn't
Isaiah,
hear
like,
shit.
right over there. Yeah.
We sure to God.
Isaiah's very involved in his work, and it's somewhat loud, so...
Isaiah's like, Elena and the kids.
Yeah. Write it in his little
Wanted by
notebook.
5 blades.
Yeah.
It's nice that you think he cares. No.
He's absorbed in his
Sheesh.
work.
He said, I hope they forget me.
Speaking of which, it's been 3 that I can remember, maybe 4 sleepless nights. How is the armor looking?
Roll me a tinkering check.
4 sleepless nights.
Hi.
Hey.
Hey.
Shit.
They said the thing.
They did it.
Well, there was only one of us that said it.
Yeah.
Like, that way, so.
Yeah.
Nice, dude. Way to be that guy.
What stat? What ability?
This would just be intelligence or dexterity, whatever one you would like.
Intelligence. That's a total of 17.
You could wear it. If it'd be effective, you don't know.
Is it... So, when we chatted about this on Discord, I said I was going to do a specific thing. Does that help at all on whether or not it would be effective?
It would probably take just a little bit more time.
Okay.
But he could wear it.
Say half a day as we wait for midday.
You don't know.
Not ready.
That's all for me.
Do
Have
Redric and
the
Ren
time to listen. No, sorry, go ahead.
do Ren and Redric eventually get back to camp?
Yeah.
Yeah, so
Okay.
this is pretty much the next morning at this point.
Oh. And you see Vulcan, like, see her head turn as you guys come back, and she says, "Where the fuck were you?"
Oh, I had to look at the thing real quick. Check in on Isaiah, make sure he's okay. He worked through the night again.
Wanted to see if the sun did anything to the gate.
Yeah.
Good point. Do you think he ever wishes he was an elf so he'd only have to sleep half the night? Not even
I
sleep.
think he would love that if he didn't have to sleep.
Yeah, he doesn't seem to like it very much. Everything okay for the night?
Nothing
Yeah.
on our watch.
Okay. Okay, sorry. I just woke up and, well, woke up
I
and you weren't here.
I remembered something. I was digging through my pack the other night, and I found a piece of paper from many months ago, but it was only a week or two in game term. I am getting. Do you remember when we found like the statues in the Chondawood, and then we found that writing that kind of looked like Sylvan but wasn't?
Mm-hmm.
And I took I copied it.
Mm-hmm.
I just remembered it, so I'm going to show it to Velkin for the first time. Do you know what this is?
Vulcan's going to take it. Does she immediately recognize what it says?
You do not.
Yeah, I'll do it. I'm gonna cast Comprehend Languages.
Okay. Even with comprehend languages, it's difficult to read. It is ancient, in some sense. Give me an intelligence check.
And a 19 on the die, and if it's a check, it gets +5. 24.
Okay. Give me one moment.
As she's reading it, she's skimming it, and you see she doesn't immediately recognize it, which is like, okay, she's not in my little language pool, but like you see her like kind of run her hand along the text, and you see on the paper it starts like the symbols start shifting and like moving and like kind of reorienting itself, and you can guess it's how Velkin is trying to read it, is trying to change it into a language that she can read. And as it's doing this, you see like the eyebrows further gather, and she says, "Where the fuck did you get this?"
It was a statue in the Chondawood.
She's
Deep
so
in it.
stupid. Okay, I just need a little longer. And she
Yeah.
stares at it for a little bit more time.
It's a name. It's Alea, Alea, Ianfiel, Ianfiel.
Does that name ring any bells?
History check.
Okay, not as good as
I'll ask too, just for funsies. Does it ring any bells for me?
History check.
12 plus 8, 20.
I also got a 20.
Neither one of you have ever heard this name before in your entire lives.
Oh, you know what? I'm chronal shifting, because I can't use my chronal shift in the place, or else I'm going to kill someone.
What?
Alright, okay, that's a better roll. That's a 17 on the die, plus 8.
Okay.
Usually I wouldn't use it that just willy-nilly, but knowing that's like, if I do it on someone in there, they're gonna suffocate to death. So
Makes a lot of sense. Makes a lot of sense.
Give me 1 second. The notes I go.
Notes you prepared 3 months ago.
just wait till I get the keen mind feat, and then Velkin can remember anything from the past month just on a whim.
So, the name does slightly ring a bell. You remember before even reaching the Vale, where you guys had eventually got off the boat for the first time, Falcon, doing research about this general area, doing research about the large Chonla wood that consumes a lot of this region, of an ancient hidden elven city, Rushin Zan. And this name rings a bell because I'm pretty sure she was one of the last known queens to have ruled in this kingdom.
How long ago was that?
Thousands of years ago.
Okay. Does she remember anything like notable that queen did? Because
That's all you can remember. I mean, this was pre-14th century. This is pre-spell plague that they existed.
okay. Belkin kind of you see her eyes widen for a second, as like after a while. It's probably been a few minutes of her just literally sitting in silence, thinking. And she says, "The name. It is the name of one of the last queens of this area. I tried recalling anything that I can associate them with, but I can't.
Lost queens
just-
of who?
In the area, Zon. Did you say Zon?
Yep,
Zon?
Rusian Zon.
Russian Zon.
Oh,
We're talking. This is old.
yeah, the Russian Zon. That was the guy from the Order told us that they were blamed for the spell plague.
Yes. Yeah, right. That rings. Is that correct?
That is correct.
Vulcan nods in confirmation. Yeah.
This was on a statue of a woman, I believe, in the woods.
Is it
In
the? Haven't you all told me about some connection of the Black Gate to the woods?
Well, the Moonstone. Yeah, I thought it was. I'm so confused. I thought so when we started. I thought that Elbiter was the start or like the epicenter of the spell plague, but now it seems like this is the epicenter of the spell plague, and the dwarves called it. But in Elbiter, they all think it was the Russian Zon. And there was a grove just like that in the Chandwood, and then there was the same grove here. And there are people they had Ghostwise halflings set to protect the tree there, and then they have orcs set to protect the gate here. And then the Moonstone was on an Elbiter, and then... Oh, and I thought of this too the other day. I was thinking about how the guys that were in Torsh, they described one of them as being heavily scarred. And the fucking weirdos from Ilmater, they like scar themselves. And Mystel was like, oh, we don't know how they knew about the Moonstone. But I mean, obviously, if this fucker was heavily scarred, then he's probably from the temple. So of course he knew about the Moonstone.
Okay, this is even getting beyond me, and that's very hard to do so. Do you think this is? Oh God, I don't even like saying this. So I've got two theories. I don't know. One is this is all very time related, so I don't know if there's any sort of thing. But do you think it could be some sort of alternate universe?
Blow my fucking mind.
Like, it's all very similar. It's all very similar, but there's minor differences in two locations.
There's
And there's when you think about it, the Feywilds, they exist. We know they exist, and they're very similar to here, but they're different. They have similar locations to locations we have here, but they're not the same.
That's an interesting concept. So, fun fact, I have a friend whose dad was killed by the same person that my dad was killed by, but it was time was weird. I don't know. Alternate universes? What the hell does that even mean?
What is a universe? I'm here, by the way. I'm still awake.
Yeah, by the way, we're just talking. Anybody can jump in. Anybody wakes up, they can jump in. Because this is happening like in camp.
So I gotta think of a way to explain this in a way that makes sense. We are in a universe. We are everything that is inside of it is here. And an alternate universes means like it's there are more than one. We know there are more than one, but they're different. They're the same place, but different. There's all these theories about, that you can exist in different universes. Like you live your life in one, and then maybe you live your life in another at a later point, like when you die or something. There's so many theories. And I know it's not uncommon for mages to go insane, spending their whole lives trying to figure it out. But it would be kind of in a way of like an overlapping picture. Our universe on top of another. And some people believe that there are portals that exist that you can cross into one. It's so bizarre. And
Do you think you talk about time and like you can manipulate it and stuff, and that's crazy and cool and weird, and could there be like different timelines? Like what happens when you change time? Like are you literally going back in time, and so like is that like a new time, and like does the old time still exist?
I've wondered that. I've wondered that. You know, it's if you take the time from somewhere else, where are you taking that from? You know, if I stop time for even a second, where does that time go? You know,
Maybe in that gate over there.
Yeah, maybe. Time is so complex, and she kind of looks to them both, and she narrows her eyes, and she says, "I'm going to say this, but I don't like to say this." Even for someone like me who has spent hundreds of years studying time, this feels beyond me.
That's brave of you to say, Velkin.
Thank you. I kind of regret it, and I'm resisting the urge to go back in time and undo it, even though we just had a discussion on like, you know, maybe that fucks some stuff up, but
I'll never tell a soul.
That is beyond me. All right, you want to sign or?
But yeah, it's, you know, I do it so freely, and you know, for little things. And sometimes I wonder, are there drastic consequences to, you know, rewriting it? But I don't know.
I think we saw one today with Egg. That's a special circumstance, probably, but
I don't know if you saw me do this though. This is the thing that was confusing to me. Is so I cast. I used an ability on Egg, one that it's not a spell. It's different. It's something that I can do. And after that happened, I tried casting a spell on me, all chronomancy, all time related, and the spell went through fine. There was no effect on me.
So it's kind of like the way that all magic was working outside of this place. It was kind of like a toss-up in whether or not it was going to be normal. And that's how your chronomancy seems to be working in there.
And, like, there was no... I tried a abjuration spell. I tried my Burning Hands, as Isaiah requested, and it worked, but it was very slow. Like, it was taking more time to follow through and cast. It's just like when the hot one used teleportation, and it took longer to follow through. You know, it's magic is working. It either has consequences or takes more time.
Redric, by the way, and
not you.
Happy as I am to be the hot one, it's real early for all this scientific theorizing.
Is it time to get up yet?
I don't know. I'm trying to ignore everything right now.
Can I make
It's still
breakfast?
early. Yeah, if you want to. We've got time.
Okay, I'm gonna make breakfast. Give me... and I'm just gonna start kind of mumbling to myself in Giant. As I'm waking up.
Okay. Is there anything else any of you guys wanted to do before you wait until midday, per se, or?
Actually, once the noise starts rising in camp, Isaiah's gonna call out, "Calder, get over here, please, please. Sorry, please."
Yeah. All right. Get up, do a big old stretch. Oh god. Head over to Isaiah. Hey, what's going on, buddy?
I'm not sure it's done yet, but put this on.
I mean, are you sure if it's not done?
It's for scientific purposes. We at least need to make sure the fit's right.
I just said I didn't want to do science in the morning, but all right. I'll take off my chainmail and start donning the armor he's been working on.
As soon as he gets the plate on, I'm gonna take the hammer in my hand and hit him with it.
Roll an attack.
What the fuck?
This song. Whack.
Oh man, damn it! You're faster than I am, and I'm slower than you are in the morning. That was a 1.
Natural
Oh.
1. You ting it. You swing and you ting it right off the chest armor, and it just rings. You know when you hit like a baseball bat off of like a metal pole, your hand just goes numb for a moment.
Yeah.
You just
Now,
feel a tink.
I
in your
don't
chest.
fully appreciate you attacking me without warning, but I know I taught you better than that during our sparring time.
All right.
That was
one
weak.
More. One more. All
Go
right.
ahead and roll another attack.
Arms spread.
That's better.
Go for
What's
the
your armor
ribs.
class normally?
Normally it would be 18 if I had. Well, that's with my chainmail. Without the chainmail, I guess it would be
10 plus dex.
12
Yeah.
because of the
Alright.
shield.
Oh, true.
Then the 15 would.
Unless
Would that
if
hit you
the
without
plate
armor?
works as plate,
Well,
it would be 20.
Exactly. Okay.
Yep.
So it hits. Roll damage.
Oh.
You're about to bust up your handiwork.
It's only 6 damage.
No, he's specifically hitting it in a way to form it. You know, he's like working on lots on you.
Yeah.
So
Big
you
Batman
hit
armor.
Calder right in the chest, and you smack it right against the chest piece. It dents. You hear the metal kind of creak. You don't take any of the damage, but the armor has taken just a little bit of has taken damage.
Yep. Yeah.
Not ready yet.
So-
I miss my home so much.
In game terms, your AC is 20.
Oh.
But does it seem like
What?
it's not
Hitting?
fully, like it won't last? You know, like it's not really ready to.
Right. Isaiah's full strength and a hammer dented the armor.
Yep.
Pretty heavily.
Yeah. It's. I'm. I need. Ook is great, and I'm getting there
It's all right.
soon.
I would rather you be rested and ready to go. If I'm being
That's
honest.
not gonna happen anyway. But we should. Yeah. No. Sleep is just. Yeah. Let's take that.
I'm taking pieces off.
I do have a question.
I may have an answer.
Do I remember anything about Calder from waking up?
Hmm.
You know what's funny? It's Vulcan, whenever you were talking to Ren, post conversation, you're like, wait. I recognize Redric. You wake up, you know Calder. It's almost as if you don't remember forgetting him either.
So she recognizes everybody? Like
You
that
do.
she okay. She's gonna keep
So-
calling Calder other things because it's funny to her. I'm gonna tell everybody that's what's happening.
So, and I'm sorry, and then more for me. I don't realize that I had forgotten Calder at all.
Correct.
Okay.
Egg's just real confused.
Oh no! I was say before he was, but now, yeah. I guess I'll make shitty breakfast. I don't know.
Shitty breakfast.
Yeah, shitty breakfast, and I'll hand it out to everybody. And I'll hand it to me. Calder like, oh, here's your breakfast, Calder. Hope you enjoy, man.
Always do.
Estes, he is going to after Vulcan's done talking to Ren and expounding on time. He's gonna walk over to her. Is Velkin sitting down or anything like that? Just lounging.
She was standing. She was like leaning against like one of them.
He's gonna walk over to her, very nonplussed, and kind of look down because he's like a half foot and a half taller than her.
Yeah.
He's gonna be like, what the hell was that all about?
What?
Don't out somebody in front of people who don't know yet.
Oh, I thought everyone knew. It's quite obvious. I'm sorry for the assumption. You had mentioned. Remember
when you're
thinking
fucking,
back.
it's not obvious.
Remember when we go back? Remember when we went back to when I had first joined the group, and I thought you had a thing with Ren, and then you said that's not my type. It took me a little bit, but then I understood what it meant. So I thought you were open about it. I am extremely apologetic. I honestly had no idea. And you can tell she's being sincere.
Just stares at her.
Mizo has no idea what's going on.
I'm with the little one. I'm a little confused too.
He just says before he turns and leaves, he just looks at her like, just next time, just don't assume anything. And he goes over to Egg, grabs whatever food there is, sits down, and just starts eating.
She nods, and then you're in your hand. She says, "Yeah, sorry. You stare at Calder the same way I do, so I never realized that was there. I'm sorry." And she waits a second and then goes to pick up her food as well to eat.
Shakes his head and just starts eating.
Brenda's the only one attracted to men who's not thirsty for Calder.
There you go. There needs to be one of us.
I was gonna say, like, I
As
love
far
that
as she
Calder
knows.
has become the hot one. Like,
Yeah.
not in this.
Okay.
Oh man.
Eventually, you wait a couple hours. Is there anything you guys wanted to do to prepare?
In those couple hours, probably like over breakfast or something, just like eating soup kind of casually, just like, so Calder, Ren and I had sort of a plan test run. I don't know. We might need to call upon that agreement we got going on for it.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh.
I'm not, to everyone now, I'm not going in there unless I can get this shit under control today. Bad idea. We heard it from a god and his servant. So we're gonna see what happens.
Can you do that anytime you want? Or are you kind of wasting steam, so to speak?
A little bit.
Not wasting
but-
steam if he's not going in either way.
Exactly. It needs to happen. I can't risk it. You heard what he said. He just confirmed what I was saying before. If I go in there and I can't control this shit, I'm a liability. I'm just gonna make everything worse.
Okay. What do you want to do?
I'll just like look around and try and find like a big open field. Just like,
Not really a
I'm
big
gonna
open
come
field
with.
or
around.
well, yeah, it's an area.
We can walk
clear
50
area.
feet that way.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm coming with them. I'm also, before we go, I'm going to throw up a connection to Red, Calder, and Velkin again.
Just
Oh, that one's only an hour. Fuck.
You just gonna kind of let the beast out and see if you want to hurt me or what?
I'm just gonna let it go and try and keep it in check. Just want you there if I can. That's
Okay.
all. Alright.
I'll take out my shield and my sword.
I'll stay behind Calder.
Kind of hold him off to the side and just give him like a little shrug, like, "Hey, just being ready."
Do you need some motivation? I can tell you, like, I can let you know, like, why I stole your money and how I got it. You know, I can just like let you know, make you mad.
Velkin, maybe you wait a little ways back.
You should
Again?
leave.
Maybe
What's
we should
my
go a little
name?
further away from camp.
Don't ask.
You're
me
in
to
thin
call you
ice
Daddy.
right now.
Yeah.
Pushing all the buttons.
Yeah. A little bit of dragon eyes for a sec now. But yeah, I will kind of just like find some kind of clearing a little bit away from camp, and I'm just gonna sit down and like, I don't know, do what I would think would be like a meditation pose, so just like cross-legged or like sitting on the ground, and just I
In your
wonder.
turtleneck and leggings.
Yes, yes.
Fucking amazing.
Turtleneck, duster, and leggings.
Yeah,
I need
it's,
art
it's a
of
look.
this.
It's a look. And I'm gonna try and think of, instead of like, I always kind of, I feel like what Redric does to sort of enter a rage is just like take a back seat and let that like whatever's there just take over, and then that's when everything happens and he kind of just like blanks out. But this time I'm gonna try and remember the sensation of that fire like spreading across his body that was like burning him, and the scales kind of coming out automatically. So he's gonna try and think back to the fight he just had with that man and the burning sensation, and see if he can channel that so that the scales come out without him having to take a back seat.
Okay.
And he's going to enter a rage, I guess. In
Sit
doing
there.
so.
Ren and Calder kind of giving you your space. The sun beating down upon all of you, hot as it is just about midday.
I do want to stay fairly close. Say
Okay.
like 10 feet.
That's what I assumed. Close your eyes. Feel your heart. That sensation of the blood pumping through your veins. And you hear a voice. Ah, there it is. And the claws come out.
Mm-hmm.
A friendly voice. I shouldn't say friendly, a familiar voice. Of a small red dragon that you met about a month ago. In an inn.
Hmm.
In your eyes. Your heart. You look at Calder, you look at Ren. You shake it off. Claws retract.
I would want to try to like, as they like automatically retract with me like forcing the anger back down, I want to try and like force them to stay out if I can.
You have to spend another rage.
But I want to like, as it's coming down out of the rage, I want to just like force.
I understand.
Like, yeah, force of will. I will spend another rage to do it if I have to.
Okay.
But
It would
I-
actually absolutely be another rage.
Yes. So then I'll spend another rage, and I'll try to stay as calm as I can and ride that like come down, but keep the physical like focus, the physical appearance.
You bring the claws back out. Control it. You hear Othir in your mind say once again, give me a wisdom saving throw.
Okay.
Got this.
Please. A nat 20. I can't.
My man.
I can't even.
And you should.
Ah!
Ah, finally. Is all you hear.
And
Look down, your claws are out.
yeah, I'll open my eyes and kind of like look down, and I guess you see that his eyes aren't like the dragon eyes that you're accustomed to seeing while he's like this, and just kind of like look around like calmly, make sure the claws are out.
You're just gonna hear in your head.
They're out.
You good?
I think I'm good. Just
All right.
stand up and like,
Your rages don't last too long.
yeah, it's only a minute.
So eventually, after a minute, the claws begin to fade.
I think the lesson here is I have good ideas. And Ren's gonna walk back to camp.
I'll just kind of like wipe the sweat off my forehead from that effort. But
So there's no fight. You hear from like a distance, just kind of sitting there. Ready
everyone
to
else is on a
march.
ridge with like
Yeah,
breakfast
we're ready
and
for some type of like
Yeah.
crazy showdown.
I'll sheathe the sword and put the shield back at my back. Good work.
It's not fucking easy, I'll tell you that much.
Yeah, but you got it.
I still kind of want to beat your ass, but I think that's different reasons.
Yeah, maybe some other time, huh?
Do it.
Sure, it'll happen. And I'll just like kind of like pull the claw back.
In the meantime, rest easy knowing that fucking cowardly orc didn't know what he was talking about. You are more than he thought.
Yeah, I don't know. I think he had it right. Just needed to hear it.
Want to head back?
Yep, let's fuck up this gate. Oh, just kind of like crack my knuckles. And...
Let's.
And that is where we're going to end our session tonight. We already went a little ways over.
But we're not having a 6-hour session because we missed last week.
6 hours.
Exactly.
Yeah, come on.
I'm down, but I really have to pee.
Bathroom break, then we're back. All
Time out.
right.
Use a
Great
bottle.
session, everybody.
Use a bottle.
Just on stream.
That's fun. Oh,
Stream on stream. It works anyway.
oh, boy.
It's not that kind of shit.
That's where we will pick up next week. I don't know which show you guys are doing
Yes.
this weekend. My mind is lost.
Yeah, you're
Nights
good.
off.
Yes,
this
so
week, yeah.
on Saturday, we got nights off again. It's going to be myself, Mac, and whoever else wants to join us. It's
Hopefully someone.
Yeah, it's just an open session. We're going to be talking about whatever, RPG news, D&D news, fantasy
Nerdy
news.
stuff.
Yeah, I'm sure Star Wars will be mentioned once, but we'll keep it to a minimum this time. I
Maybe.
promise.
All right, I'll
We'll
come
try.
and I'll just sit there and listen to you guys talk
Well,
about
Yes,
Star Wars.
if-
no,
Yeah,
Red,
fun,
you're the
right?
emergency
Sarah.
button. You can like tag us out of it if we get too deep.
I'll say I'll
He's like,
right
no,
now.
no.
I'll put it out there. Sarah, if you come, we'll have a Sans Star Wars episode.
Yeah?
Nothing.
that's
Just
a
for you.
big-
Other than my tattoo,
that's a
because it
big
has to be
ask.
there.
Yeah.
But
Okay.
Cover
You
it
can't
up.
just like take your
All
skin
right.
off for this stream.
Nah.
Oh, God.
Yeah.
Sleeves.
Not yet.
You must wear
Not yet.
sleeves.
So come join us for that 8:30 p.m. on Saturdays. That's EST, of course. We got 2 new followers during the stream. We got
Oh.
yeah,
Thanks,
CQ2687. Thanks
What's up,
for
man?
following.
Thank you.
We got Catboys Only. Thanks.
Thanks
Thanks
Okay.
to you, Catboys
Yeah.
Only.
Yeah.
And yeah.
Valorant friends.
Proud boys
That-
rise up.
that brings us to 13 followers away from our goal. So
Yeah, let's
get
go.
in now while you can. We're gonna hit it soon
Yeah.
if this
exciting.
pace keeps
Yeah.
up. All right. That's all I got.
All right, everybody. Have a great night. Make
Alright.
sure to smile, love each other, hug
Bye.
somebody, have fun.
See
You
you
know,
guys.
all the
Touch
good
grass.
stuff.
Like,
Bye. Touch grass.